now.
I told you not to do this, Pete.
What? We could have taken Will Fuller in every draft. Could have been Marquise Brown.
That would have been leaving value on the table.
Could have been Michael Gallup. Could have been J.K. Dobbins. Could have been literally anyone other than fucking Ronald Jones. I theoretically should be here for you during this time of need.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready.
Guys.
Yeah, this bit is what's up, guys? What's up,
You guys just tuned in for Pat's monologue that I will call an apology. I want an apology. The community wants an apology. We all want an apology, Pat.
Here's what I want, guys. Are you taking on Leonard Fournette's new contract? We taking the over the under on $2.75 million.
He's in the denial stage.
I think that's a good. I think that's a good number. Good guess.
Because that's what Carlos Hyde is making this year.
I think that's a good guess. Solid guess.
Evan, don't let him off the hook.
Bring it on, Lenny. Bring it on.
Tell him he's a fish, Evan.
I mean, I don't. Where have you been taking Ronald Jones?
Oh, here we go.
I know. I've watched some streams. I'm aware where they've been taking him.
Ronald Jones is a guy that we were taking. We got him the 7th in the main event.
Yeah,
then we got him the 6th
that,
in football,
that was
guys.
fun. Yep.
Yeah. And then I've been taking him after Cortland Sutton goes in underdog. So in the late 5th.
So that sounds.
And I'll be happy to. No, in the late
4th, 5th. Okay.
I've never taken RoJo in the 4th, but I'm going to be really psyched to take RoJo in the 7th and 8th now that everyone thinks Leonard Fournette's killed his value.
The 7th or 8th, we're talking like 11th or 12th. You're not taking him in the 7th or 8th.
Not when I'm in the draft, Pete. Not when I'm in the draft. I'm snapping him
So we were just talking about this, and I know Silva has an opinion on the matter that I would like him to share.
I have a lot of opinions. Is this draft filled?
No, it didn't fill.
Okay, so are we gonna draft?
I can't
That
tell.
remains to be seen. It might get bumped back. We had like 4 or 5 people signed up.
Okay.
Let's.
Um.
I'm trying to see what's going on with this, guys, right now with the draft. It seems like it just didn't go off, and yeah, they just they pushed it back to 10, but with no one registered for it.
Oh, so we have everyone has to re-register.
This is a disaster. So they at 10. So there's a classic, a 77 classic live at 10th. This is a disaster.
Is this stream are people watching this stream?
Yes, they're watching it. They all want to watch Pat tilt his face off about Ronald Jones, and he's just digging his heels in like an asshole.
Well, you think he's going to go in the 11th round now? Seriously, where do you think he'll go in drafts? Is Ronald Jones the starter still, Pete?
FFPC main event, Ronald Jones will. Well, those guys are idiots, so still go in like the 7th or 8th round, but he should go in the 10th or 11th round.
I moved him down to RB 39, and I'm probably still too high on him. But all this stuff just happened. We were setting up for the draft, and
who is the running back you have just right ahead of him, so I know where that range is?
He is. Let me pull it up. I put Fournette in the David Johnson, Mark Ingram tier, ahead of Mostert.
I wish we had more than 30 minutes to think about this.
Right.
Because it's going to take an entire night, I feel like, to figure this out. I opposite. I adjusted my rankings quickly, so it's simply intuition rankings. Literally adjusted the rankings for this and had the opposite effect, whereas I have Fournette 38 or 39, and Ronald Jones went from borderline top 20 down to 28, 29. And it seems
okay. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say the difference seems to be if you believe Ronald Jones will be used in passing downs at all, or if this signing makes him completely obsolete. And I think that's where we differ here.
Ronald Jones has never caught the ball and has always been bad in pass protection outside of training camp.
Go off, King. Go off.
I put Ronald Jones in the Tony Pollard. He's right ahead of Tony Pollard and Duke Johnson. I'm going to move him below Duke Johnson, I think. And then right ahead of Chase Edmonds, Kerryon, and Tevin.
So I guess my question then is, this is a guy who no one would give up a conditional 7th for, who was cut, who no one wanted off of waivers because $4.4 million was too much to pay him. He's not going to get to participate in basically any of training camp. And why would he then get slotted in immediately ahead of a guy that they seem to be very excited about? Granted, this is bad for Ronald Jones, but I'm kind of like where Daigle's at, where you definitely have to bump down Ronald Jones. But why do you have Fournette in the range where I think Ronald Jones would be?
I mean, they didn't sign him to not play him. They signed him to play him. And
but did they sign him to start him?
Yeah. One of the things that he's good at is pass blocking. And I know, that's sort of a controversial topic in the fantasy community, but coaches care about that. Tom Brady cares about that. And Tom Brady, my stance on the Bucs backfield has always been Tom Brady is going to decide who is in the backfield with him. It's not going to be Byron Leftwich says Ogunbowale is going, or, LaShawn McCoy is going in now. Brady's going to be no, he's going to go back to the bench. And the guy that I trust is going to be playing. And so, Leonard Fournette can block. He doesn't, he's got the agility of a tugboat. We can talk about his talent all day long. Now he's in a situation where he's going to be in a lot of positive game script. The Bucs defense is lights out. They are going to be nasty this year. Tom Brady does not give the ball to the other team, and they're going to live in opponents' field position. They're going to live in very friendly field position. This was all the reason I think that you should have, at least been open-minded. Even if you didn't like Ronald Jones as a player, you should have at least been open-minded to him because the situation was shaping up to be pretty good. And now Leonard Fournette is in that situation.
All right, hang on real quick. I don't want to derail this too much, but I do want to do a little housekeeping thing about what we're going to do with this draft. So that draft didn't fill. I hopped us in the next closest draft. It's a $35 best ball draft. We will draft tonight, hell or high water. We will get a Ronald Jones live data point. So there are about, looks like 6 or 7 spots left in this one. It's going off at 10 p.m. Eastern, $35 best ball. If you can't find that in the cushions, God help you. Come draft with us right now. All right, back to our Ronald Jones discussion.
So The way I see it is that he won't be playing on third down and he won't catch passes. He is a guy like Frank Gore. They do tend to keep out there on passing downs. He played the 8th most pass blocking snaps, and via Hayden Winks' research this offseason, Bruce Arians asked his running backs to pass block at the 3rd highest rate last year. The issue is in pass protection, although he did play those number of pass blocking snaps, like Fournette still led all running backs in pressures allowed and quarterback hits, which, as we know, pressures are more important than just raw sacks accumulated and counted for. So the way I see this is that he becomes potentially a 2-down grinder with someone else who right now, like I said, it's very early. I wish that we had more time to think about this. Ronald Jones being the 3rd down back. However, maybe that isn't the case. And the issue is also that given the positive game scripts that Silva mentioned, this is a situation he could fart and fall in for 10 touchdowns easily. I don't like to chase like touchdown regression or touchdown probability in general, but given the offense, given the game script, given the schedule, it actually does make for a rich man's Jordan Howard situation.
So he gave up, a high number of, just cumulative pressures and whatever hits. But as you mentioned, he was out there in those pass blocking situations at a very, very high rate. I mean, he never came off the field last year. And he was also playing in the backfield with a 6th-round rookie. And now he's playing in the backfield with Tom Brady, who gets the ball out quickly. And, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I've had him at RB22 through RB24 like all offseason. When he got cut, we dumped him to RB32. I put him right back where we had before. I think he does project for less volume. But, I mean, he does project for less volume, but it's just a much, much better situation.
All right. The people want Pat's full unadulterated take. Look at this. Producer here. I'm going to drag him to the main screen. Pat, you have the floor. Your soliloquy. Dig yourself out of this hole.
All right. Yeah. My take is that when I was drafting Ronald Jones early in the offseason, it was because he caught 31 passes last year. I believe off the top of my head, 25 of them were on 1st and 2nd down. So the problem with drafting Ronald Jones is that they just selected Keyshawn Vaughn in the 3rd round. Keyshawn Vaughn projected as a potential 3-down back. Ronald Jones was probably not going to play on 3rd downs, but that was okay because he was a very talented 1st and 2nd down rusher last year and was used in the passing game on those early downs. Keyshawn Vaughn fell flat on his face. He got behind because he was on the COVID list. He hasn't impressed since then. Then they bring in LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy also was preventing Ronald Jones from playing on 3rd downs. It was clear he wasn't going to be involved in a 3-down role in a true sense, but he had solidified that early down work. And again, he still gets mixed in on passing downs, and there's a ton of touchdown upside in that offense. Now they bring in Leonard Fournette. To me, given that they would not give this guy a waiver claim for $4.4 million, they waited until they had to compete with everyone else so they could get him for cheaper. I'm just not buying that they brought this guy in to be their true starting running back. He's veteran depth. He's a guy they can trust for pass blocking snaps. He can be a dump off option. But that was always the issue with Jones. That's why I wasn't chasing him up into the 4th round, because he didn't profile. There was upside that maybe he could get to the 3-down workhorse. That was certainly something I would have liked to see, but it was always a little thin. I think Jones is essentially where he always has been, which is that he's probably boxed out of 3rd down snaps, but he has a lot of upside for touchdowns, and he's by far the most talented runner on this team.
What you drinking tonight, Pat?
Ronald Jones juice. Did we lose him?
I got to jump on this CBS draftathon here for a couple minutes. I told Corinne about it already, but I'll be back.
Well, we'll join you when we come back. We're kicking off our draft at 10. Daigle and I are going to give him a shoulder to cry on here.
I'll hang around. Yeah, I'm going to hang around.
The thing is, Pat, with your internet being sketchy, I can't tell like if your internet's tweaking or if you're just going very stoic for periods of time. It's very hard to get a read.
Can you guys? I dropped out on that.
We don't know if that's because of this current situation or because your internet just sucks right now. We're trying to figure that part out.
It's more the situation. I think the internet's about as good as it's ever been.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The league did fill. Congratulations. We will be drafting. It's hard to know who is named RoJo tiers. Actually, we can go figure this out. We got Eskimo Bros, our buddy Dan Masterson. Big Nuts Carpentier's in here. Hayden Winks. Oh boy, all the Sharks are out tonight. Yeah. Here's the thing, Pat. I think you can be both right and wrong. I think you are ultimately going to be right. I don't believe Fournette is ultimately going to be the guy down the stretch for this team. But I do think it is a lesson in being price sensitive in ambiguous backfield situations. And I think when he started to creep up into that 5th round range, there was too much opportunity cost in that range. But I do agree earlier in draft season when you're getting him late 6th, early 7th, I think he made sense there as a really high upside bet. But I think it's just it's a good lesson about how these ambiguous backfields, we really need to take price into consideration. I mean, Pat, like when you were distraught when we took Will Fuller over Ronald Jones.
Yeah, I mean, certainly you'd take Will Fuller over Ronald Jones now. But part of the reason I was distraught is because I was drafting with two guys who love Ronald Jones, and we couldn't get on him.
So do we need to play a little game of Would You Rather before we start this draft and figure out like which running backs we would slot ahead of him personally?
Yeah, that sounds like a great game.
You guys say guys, because I'm going to say yes for longer.
Okay, let's start with Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, RoJo.
I'd rather have Jones.
Oh, I was talking about Fournette.
Oh,
are you saying like that's not even close to the range?
I'd rather have Jones.
Because that's the range it looks like that, as Silva said before, he's going to jump back on here and talk more about it. But the Mosterts, Kareem Hunt, like that range is where it looks like ETR is trying to be ahead of consensus on for Fournette, to be clear.
This is
yeah, you got see to me. I'm.
Oh, no. I was just going to answer your question. I mean, I would rather have Ronald Jones. Then after that, I'd rather have Leonard Fournette. And then after that, I'd have Le'Veon Bell. Like, Le'Veon Bell is untouchable in drafts. He's literally losing work to Frank Gore. Right now. Like, you can't touch Le'Veon Bell.
Okay, so let's go a little higher. Let's say Kareem Hunt or Ronald Jones.
Give me Hunt. I've been drafting Hunt over Ronald Jones. And I think Pat has too.
Yeah, I was, then I wasn't, but I would now.
Except for when he was on this stream. Otherwise, he was drafting Kareem Hunt first. Okay, so I guess we need to go a little bit lower, even though y'all probably both have DeAndre Swift higher than Ronald Jones anyhow. Who else is in that range? Mark Ingram.
Here's a good one. Devin Singletary or Ronald Jones?
Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones.
I'll take Singletary.
That's fair. But that's the range we were talking about.
Yeah, that's the range. That's the range. It's like we don't know how the backfield's going to shake out exactly. I like the talent. That's the range.
What's frustrating is that if it is true and Ronald Jones is just obsolete, like so to me, it's two roles here. It's either only third down, which is funny after we were concerned about him having that role all offseason, and now that's the only role he's going to have while Fournette takes all the carries and, more importantly, touches inside the 5 and 10 yard line, or he's obsolete and he plays behind Dare. Because although PFT, I believe, just reported that the Bucs are looking to keep LaShawn McCoy, like McCoy and Vaughn are the ones who are inactive in the situation.
They're dead.
Because Dare, as we know, famously is special teams captain, and I mean you gotta keep that guy around. So,
yeah, your Vaughn shares are dead. Dare is probably gonna. Well, he might make the team for special teams.
Dare, no. Let's start with realistic. The Dare shares are the first ones out the door.
Well, Dare shares are but they were always dead. You never had a shot with Dare.
But people had talked themselves.
Vaughn is.
Yeah.
You can light your Vaughn shares on fire because I think that's he was already looking extremely unlikely to make an impact, and now there's really no path without an injury. I don't.
Pat,
I mean, I guess it comes down to, were you drafting Fournette? If you were drafting Fournette this season, can you guys not hear me?
No,
No,
it's
we're
just,
listening.
your video's cutting out a little bit here.
Okay.
Do you have your
right.
Ethernet?
If you were drafting, yeah, it's set up.
Okay.
I just moved. I'm working on getting better internet here, but
Pat has a
I'm
lot of
working
things
with what I
going
got.
on in his life right now.
He just received the keys in the mail that I overnighted him as well. So that's something
true.
else to add to his life.
Daigle had my keys. As I'm moving out of my apartment, the mailman comes running up the 5 floors to my apartment and hands me the keys just as I'm about to leave. Very clutch. Very
Via
clutch.
from
Anyway,
Chicago, clutch.
my take is basically, if you were drafting Leonard Fournette this year, you're probably still drafting Leonard Fournette, because do you think Leonard Fournette doesn't suck? I think Leonard Fournette sucks. I didn't draft him in any drafts except, ironically, one underdog draft where I timed out the very night before he was cut. That's my only share. And what was your prior on Leonard Fournette? Do you think he was just a okay back in a bad situation and now he's in a good situation, or do you think he was
Jesus, Pat.
by far the
Your internet keeps cutting out, Pat.
starter in the he's I'll go work on it. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can.
Should I overnight an Ethernet cable?
Here's my thought too of like,
All right, 2-man show. Let's do this.
we have to be realistic about this. I do, trust me, I fucking think Leonard Fournette sucks big donkey balls, okay?
Right.
Like, I don't own him on a single team except maybe like one best ball draft where he fell to the 6th round, whatever.
All correct. Yes.
However, we have seen this story unfold with veteran running backs getting signed. Like, let's point to LaShawn McCoy last year when he got signed by the Chiefs. They tried to make that happen. And LaShawn McCoy is far more cooked than Leonard Fournette is right now. They try to make it happen. I'm just worried about Bruce Arians and Brady trying to make Leonard Fournette a thing, and RoJo's going to get squeezed both ways. He's going to lose some early down work to Fournette. He's going to lose some passing down work to Fournette. I'm very worried about his early season touch potential, even though I do agree with the thesis that he's a great 0 RB candidate for the home stretch. But to me, I'm not in the Devin Singletary range with you guys. I'm in the 10th or 11th range. I'm taking Phillip Lindsay over Ronald Jones. Like, it's not even close to me. Like, Ronald Jones is now an 11th to 13th round 0 RB stab. He is not a premium RB target anymore. You can't make a convincing case for him with both Fournette and Vaughn there. It's too much of a disaster.
So Ronald Jones gets bumped down is your thesis here. Leonard Fournette, you're basically still not going to have it all because
Touch Fournette.
The thing is, even like if he falls to the range where you rank him, he's just never going to fall there. That's the point. He's literally because people still love Fournette.
Pat, where have we talked about this? Where are people going to take Fournette? They're going to take him in the 5th round, right around the Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. In the 7th for sure. Yeah,
that is a fish play through and through. Absolute fish play. And so what I'm saying to Pat is like, I think you need more of a discount. You cannot reach on Ronald Jones anymore. You got to buy the discount.
I mean, fine. If I'll take all the discount I can get. So sure. But I mean, you're saying you'd rather take Phillip Lindsay. That's totally defensible to me. But I don't think that you can really argue that Phillip Lindsay, who has never really been used on the goal line and has never been used in the passing game, although there is buzz that could change this year, is somehow more certain to get a lot of that good, high-value work than Ronald Jones is. I mean, I think Ronald Jones is still the favorite to get the goal line work here, given that Leonard Fournette was absolutely terrible on the goal line last year.
And that's what I agree with you. I do ultimately think Ronald Jones is an infinitely more talented player. He will win out, but the way this inertia and momentum works, and there's these teams, we know they have this sunk cost fallacy, even with immediate signings. They want to save face. They want to show that they made the right decision getting Leonard Fournette. I don't think they're bringing him in to just sit him on the bench and be a locker room guy. Leonard Fournette's not a locker room guy. They are going to give him touches.
They didn't trade for him. They didn't claim him. They got him on their terms. How much guaranteed money did he get? $500K? I mean, they could cut him. I don't think he's a lock to make the final roster. Like seriously, He was just cut.
Right. I think we're largely agreeing. I just think that if you're drafting him anywhere before, say, the 11th round, you are pricing in too much risk to that pick.
I feel like we're all, and this is why it'll be good to get Silva back very shortly, because I'm in the middle of everyone. Like, he is in fifth round, 6th round territory. Both of you are in 11th, 12th round territory. And then I'm in like 9th round, I believe. I think that's where I would take him. But again, in the 9th round, I'm still never going to have Fournette because people are going to draft him so much higher than that.
Wait, here's one for you, Pat. You would draft right now Ronald Jones over Boston Scott?
Yeah, I would draft Ronald Jones over Boston Scott for sure.
I actually would. Yeah, I would.
No.
There's just Boston Scott needs an injury to have any kind of workhorse like potential. And Ronald Jones, yeah, it's like very thin for it to happen at this point, but it's still, I mean, just way more on the table that he could rack up like 10 touchdowns without an injury.
Curtis Patrick of RotoViz said he put Fournette right behind Melvin Gordon. So that means that is quite high, right? That means like top 23.
Yeah, that's way too high, Curtis.
I'm not a contract guy, but that seems like not nothing. $2 million guaranteed, 3.5 with incentives.
So that's less, $2 million base. It doesn't say guaranteed. Yeah, I came in here, $2 million base, unconfirmed incentives, playtime, rush yards of 1.5 million. Carlos Hyde's making $2.75 million. Maybe he could make more on incentives, but then they have to give him the ball and pay him more. So
I don't know. I just don't like that. Seems, I love you, Pat, but that seems too like apples to apples contract comparison. Like,
Pat, I'm going to put the screws to you here. What is the difference between Joshua Kelly and Ronald Jones right now?
Joshua Kelly's a backup and Ronald Jones is the starter.
Ronald Jones is not the starter anymore.
How is Ronald Jones not the starter? They brought in this dude for less than his rookie deal. They weren't willing to pay him at his rookie deal.
But why does a team who hasn't felt the need to bring any other depth add in free agency, they didn't kick the tires on Lamar Miller, they didn't kick the tires on Devonta Freeman. They did
kick the tires on Devonta Freeman.
Well, he's not in the.
But he wanted too much. Freeman wanted too much.
Yeah, I just don't think you give someone $2 million to just come sit on the bench and back up Ronald Jones.
I mean, $2 million is not a lot of money to pay for a backup running back. Let's look up what they give LaShawn McCoy. I mean, seriously, how's that not apples to apples? They gave LaShawn McCoy $1 million. So Leonard Fournette gets 1 point.
This is owning yourself. You're talking about all the backs they have brought in because they don't trust Ronald Jones.
Or because the 3rd round rookie they drafted fell flat on his face. They've been talking up how much they like Ronald Jones. I'm highly skeptical that the back that they would not pay his rookie contract for has been brought in to be their week 1 starter without even getting a training camp in. That seems kind of absurd to me.
Does it give you any pause that you are just completely on an island with this take?
I've been on an island on this take for 2 years, Pete.
No, you haven't. People have been drafting Ronald Jones in the early 5th. You have not been on an island.
They didn't like it, though, Pete. They didn't like it. They do it. They felt like they had to.
It is so good that we are starting this draft in 5 minutes, and we don't have to hear Pat dig his way out of this hole.
There's going to be another fight, though. I hope you realize this. Whenever it comes up that Ronald Jones ADP is slipping, like, Pat is still going to try to convince us in that moment to take him.
No, and this is the thing. I think Pat is ultimately going to be right, but I am not going to continue to double down in martingale Ronald fucking Jones in the 9th round. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, I'd take him in the 8th, so I agree with you on that.
Oh my god, Mike, you're too late here. There, you just heard it. He's taking him in the 8th. All right, we're starting our draft here in a few minutes. I think Silva's probably. Hey, wait, Daigle, is this? Can you talk about? Was that Silva's daughter that was on stream earlier?
Yeah, we're in a weird situation right now.
Can you please explain this? Because I caught wind of this earlier today, and I need the backstory.
So, long story short, we aren't going back to studios at NBC until February or March. So I broke the lease of my apartment, and the idea was to go live around cabins isolated across the states. And so while I was heading to Traverse City in northern Michigan to live in wine country for the first month of the season, I stopped by Silva's house for a couple days. That has since become a week and a half, and that has since become I cooked him breakfast this morning, and we're talking about me being here another 2 or 3 weeks. So
are you doing his laundry too? What else are you doing?
we do our own laundry, for the record. Our own laundry.
Before, can he hear you right now? What's it like to live with Silva?
He's downstairs talking to La Canfora, which is what he's always downstairs talking to somebody. He's a very busy man. I will say that.
Yeah. No. What else it's like? Are you guys doing family meals together? You guys on a similar meal plan or what?
No. Well, I mean, it's just what you think a bad NBC sitcom with Silva and Daigle would be. We kind of just both wake up. We have our own shows to record. So I stay upstairs here, and then he stays downstairs. And then whenever we're adjusting things or writing, we'll meet in the middle and just chill by the TV. And that's about it.
There you go.
You trust me, you're not missing anything outside of the fact that I'm just living with Silva for an unknown amount of time. That's where we're at right now.
Here's the thing that, I'm here just stuck in my office. All I have are my Latin American beers, Pat. I branched out. I have a Guatemalan beer tonight. Talk about really expanding my range. And, last I heard, Daigle, there is a global pandemic going around. Like it's not like
isolated.
But yet every time I look, it's like, oh, John Daigle's wakeboarding in Colorado. John Daigle's, partying at a speakeasy with Pat in Brooklyn. No. Hooking up with Silva. Like, are you on a world fucking tour right now?
Driving around isolated, for the record, and Pat and I never went indoors anywhere. We stayed outside away from everyone like anyone else does. It is all safe, I assure you. And Silva and I are just stuck here. And by the way, I know you just showed a beer. Do not tell him that I poured a screwdriver because we made a pact to not drink tonight. And he doesn't know the moment Ronald Jones hit, I immediately ran upstairs and just poured him and he came up here. So
that is when I started drinking too.
Wait. Why do Pat and I make a pact that we do drink every time we draft? How did you guys make a pact against this?
Well, because we're not good when we start drinking together. Let's say that. We're all trying to be responsible adults, Pete.
Well, speaking of
your tolerance is quite impressive, I will say.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Speaking of responsible,
someone else isn't. So, we're making a pact.
Adults, normally Pat is behind the wheel when we draft. And I normally plan for this contingency. When we registered for the 250 best ball earlier, I made Daigle a co-manager for these very instances. Something goes awry, I get too hammered, someone else can take the wheel. Well, during the panic of all of this reshuffling and Ronald Jones and the league getting canceled, I just registered us quickly for this $35 best ball draft. I am the only one at the wheel right now.
Oh, no.
What I say goes. When Pat says I want to take Ronald Jones in the late 7th, boom, baby. Boom.
All right.
Oh, so where are we picking? I believe, what did I name our team? Oh, okay. I said who named their team RoJo Tears. I named our team RoJo Tears. I just realized.
Yeah, I saw you do that. And then I thought you were joking around. I thought you were like kind of.
Oh, 106.
Paying attention to your own joke.
I don't know. I thought it was a great joke and then realized that I made it. Okay, Pete, you want me to, I'm a man of the people. You want the red lights for the Death Star? Let's do it.
Someone asked what beer I was drinking. It's Fantastic Voyage by Sloop, which is a New England style IPA. It's quite good.
It's also Fantastic Voyage is the name of Ronald Jones' ADP this offseason.
Also, probably one of the speakeasies we were outside in New York a few weeks ago.
Daigle's wearing the shirt of what the rest of my night's going to look like when I sign off. I'm hopping on an underdog, and I am drafting the living shit out of Ronald Jones in best ball.
He's going to martingale Ronald Jones.
Give me that sweet Fournette discount. Unbelievable.
We're up next.
Wait, we're already up next? All right, we're drafting Michael Thomas, right? Or who do you guys want?
Evan's got to jump back on the stream if he wants the big dog.
I'm going to text him. I could run downstairs, but I'm going to text him.
Go run. Take your computer down in front of Silva and ask him real quick who he wants.
No, if he's still, that's like, no, I can't do that because I think he's still on the phone talking. So I can't do that.
Pat, who's your? Let's go around consensus. I want Michael Thomas if he's here. Who do you want?
Michael Thomas.
Daigle, who do you want?
I will agree in this case. Dalvin Cook gives me scare now, so I think we have to be slightly worried.
Let's draft real quick before Silva comes back. Boom, yeah. Silva. We just drafted a wide receiver in the first round.
Don't tell him that Derrick Henry was on the board. Please do not.
Silva's going to update his fade. Oh, God, he's back. Silva, we might have accidentally not drafted a running back in the first round.
Okay. With Derrick Henry on the board?
And it might have been the big dog that we didn't take.
Okay. Who'd you guys take?
We took Michael Thomas. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
I know over at ETR you guys don't ever consider wide receivers in the first round, but I wanted to introduce you to Michael Thomas.
Definitely has to be special circumstances like, when Derrick Henry is gone.
Oh, really? Normally, I just kind of get rid of Derrick Henry and all of my cues, so he's always gone for me.
Okay.
Silva, if you were here literally 30 seconds before, you could have bullied me. Like, I got away with it, but if you would have just looked in my soul and said, you're going to fucking pick the big dog, I would have killed like a sack of potatoes.
So we gave Davis Maddock way too much shit for taking the big dog when he drafted with you to draft him while you weren't even here. So
amazing.
Davis K, I've never seen so like Davis would say I'd like take a bullet before I draft Derrick Henry.
Really?
And then you say it and he goes, yeah, let's just
sounds good. Let's take Derrick Henry.
I mean, you guys know like he's got a chance to like really catch like a pretty substantial number of passes this year. I mean, that's very much in play this year.
I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. I keep hearing that each year.
Really?
I think he could get to like 35 or so.
Like in the RoJo range?
Like in the RoJo range.
Okay. I haven't heard that before this year because, I mean, they had Dion Lewis in the same backfield with him. And now they've got a third-round rookie from Appalachian State who, is fumbling his way through training camp and missed the last 7 days of practice due to, I don't know, some sort of undisclosed injury or illness or something. Is Darrington Evans going to be ready to? Is Darrington Evans going to be ready to play on third downs?
We might be reading the different reports because I heard he was Alvin Kamara light the other day.
Someone said that too, and I was like, I mean,
it didn't confirm your priors, so you just kind of ignored it.
No, because he hasn't even been practicing. So how can he look like Alvin Kamara when? Well, I guess Alvin Kamara hasn't been practicing either. So that would be a good comparison because Alvin Kamara was missing practice too.
Darrington Evans wants a new contract before he's even played a down.
For what it's worth,
they're only keeping 2 running backs apparently. So
look at how tight this first round is.
That's amazing.
See, if we had known this in hindsight, Thomas is the correct pick because at least we're different already.
Yeah, we'll probably get Devontae Adams on the wrap.
We take Julio on the wrap too.
Yeah.
Silva, have you started with a wide receiver in any of your drafts this year?
It has to be like at 112, and even then, I mean, I'm going to take Thomas and Adams for sure over guys like Josh Jacobs, and Nick Chubb. But no, it hasn't been very common. I do like to take Julio in the second round though. Yeah,
Julio's nice.
It's tough to come out of the first 2 without at least one. I'm fine taking one. I like the name RB Anchor better than Modified Zero RB because of all the backlash that you get on Twitter if you say the words Modified Zero RB. But I do like taking just one stud running back in the first 2 rounds, usually in the first round, and then going like 5 or 6 rounds without taking another one.
The thing that's just wild to me about this is like we do have to acknowledge, like, if you look at any set of decent projections, you are sacrificing points taking these running backs over Devontae Adams and Julio Jones. Like Sean Siegel wrote his article today. You look at the projected points for the RB starts versus wide receivers point. You are sacrificing raw projected points. You are chasing these bell cows at the top. I just don't get it.
I mean, but the game isn't all about statistical projections. You're completely dismissing like game theory and position scarcity when all you're looking at is projected points, right?
Yeah, sorry, hang on. We're up next. I want to see what we're doing here.
And I think in baseball, we need to
look at this.
Consider the fact that you don't have
back.
waivers.
Oh, well, running back is. I mean, are we? I'm probably Hill here. Does anyone else like someone else?
It would be Hill for me.
Silva, what do you like?
Yeah, Hill.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yep.
Sorry, keep going, So what is Keep going about ignoring the game theory if you're passing on the running backs.
I mean, the game just isn't all about projected points. Like we know that in DFS, we know that in season long. That I mean, it's good to know that. Definitely, we can build that into our takes or whatever the projected points, but there's a lot more that goes into it. I mean, you're trying to build a team, and you're not trying to build projected points.
I think far too often we enter with a draft plan as opposed to letting the board fall to us. And that limits our ceiling immediately. That's like heading up to Michigan, but instead ending up at Silva's house in Chicago. You have to be open to every possibility. And in this case, Derrick Henry maybe was the right pick if you were going running back, but obviously we would like to start just like this, wide receiver, if we knew beforehand the board was going to be heavy green. So I just prefer always letting the board come to us, no matter the strategies involved.
Yeah, and
but Derrick Henry, Tyreek would have been just an insane start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do think that I will concede that the opportunity cost of Derrick Henry versus Michael Thomas is less than, in the second round taking, Jonathan Taylor, who we all like, but going 2 picks after Tyreek Hill. I mean, that's massive. That's a massive difference in projection there.
And Pete, is this a slim draft?
It is a slim. So 18 rounds. It is tight end premium, which I don't think we would have taken Andrews there. I think we would have had a discussion if Kittle or Kelsey fell.
Yeah, I would have, I think, preferred the tight end if it was Kittle or Kelsey. But I think the argument to take running backs early is a lot stronger in these slims because you don't get the waiver wire. So you're really, you just have less bullets to fire at running back throughout the course of the season because you don't get any of the in-season ones.
The one thing I will say too, though, is that if we do hammer, would you guys? I know Pat and I are on board. Daigle and Silva, where are you at if Andrews falls to us here? Do you like him there?
Go for it.
It wouldn't be the worst.
What would you, in your ideal world? What are you looking at here?
I mean, I have Ertz ahead of Andrews.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I know the in thing is to have Andrews ahead of Ertz, but Ertz is going to catch 100 passes this year, and Andrews is going to catch like 60.
Let me reframe my question. Are you okay with a tight end in the third?
Not ideally, but it wouldn't be the worst.
Yeah, because neither of those guys will come back in the fourth.
Right. But we don't necessarily need to take. I mean, this is a best ball, right? We can build, Goddard later plus Gesicki plus Hayden Hurst. We don't need right. So
yeah, we can't. The thing too, though, to consider now that we are going to be most likely waiting on running back is that often is a range we are needing to load up on. Yeah. High upside running back picks.
Okay. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Actually, really good point. Yes. Man, so you really box yourself into a lack of flexibility with the wide receiver start.
Well, I think one thing to do is to get an elite tight end and then just take 2 because we're going to need that extra roster spot now.
All right. True.
So we had Gurley, Carson, Godwin, A-Rob, Evans go off the board. I mean, Fournette sitting here at the top of the queue seems pretty nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm open to getting bullied off of Andrews for Ertz. I just like the idea of a tight end for construction. Is there any other players we're missing that we should consider here?
DJ Moore is in the mix at wide receiver. Amari Cooper. I think there's a lot of wide receivers we could go with.
Yeah.
I would take Ertz or Andrews over any of those wide receivers.
Yeah,
I like them all, but they're going to come back.
Yeah, I think we're in a spot where we could really use an elite tight end and then save that roster spot. What's left at RB besides Fournette?
Yeah, sorry, I'll go over to that in a sec. So Andrews goes. Are we good getting Ertz here?
Yeah,
but
let's do it. Yeah. Silva, did you bump Ertz after the Rager injury, or have you had Ertz ahead this whole time?
I've had him ahead the whole time.
Okay.
But definitely, became a little bit more confident after the Rieger injury. One guy. Oh wait, people can watch this, right?
we got Hayden Winks in here. We got some guys from the chat in here.
Yeah, Winks is drafting. Okay, all right, I can't say it, but there's a must-have player that. Oh, after you guys screwed up the start, we're going to have to take this guy.
All right.
Several rounds ahead of ADP. We're going to get this guy on our team.
I already know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Daigle knows.
I know who you're talking about.
Wow, I guess I've left out of the loop. My mind meld with Silva's a little off.
Okay, this is a private chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to guess before you.
I want to guess too.
No.
Okay. Get out of here, Pat. No way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the player, but we're not taking him in this range. Oh, I see. I like Pete's
So that's
first.
a Pete guess.
I mean, I don't mind what you floated out, Pat, but that's like 3 rounds too early, even if you did want to reach around 4.
I didn't think he was talking. Yeah, he's not talking about our next round pick.
Oh, no, you're talking about later, right? Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about in the 4th round. No. I'm on board with this. No, I'm definitely on board. I thought you meant as our 4th round pick. The chat is already onto us. Whatever. Okay.
Wait, the chat is already onto us?
The chat already understands. Yeah, they know who it is.
We're good. We're okay.
They've already guessed it.
We're okay.
This is
some real wide receiver value here at the end of round 3. Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones at the 111. That's earlier than you usually.
Wow.
It's because this is wild how robust this is.
Yeah.
This is just a normal 12-man $35 league, right? It's not like a tournament.
Yeah. It's just a 12-person.
Okay. I mean, in that case, not with the room like this, we are at least differentiating ourselves. But in that case, I probably would suggest a robust RB or at least 2 strong running backs. And then you can avoid the landmines in the middle and just pick off wide receiver. Since we're only playing against 11 other guys, we're not playing a multi-entry or 1,000-entry tournament where we need to go 0 RB just to differentiate.
Silva, do you want to threaten to snap Winks in half?
What's his deal, man? What's his deal?
I don't know. He's just like this hotshot millennial kid.
A hot shot.
He just thinks, because he works at RoJo World,
and he looks like Cliff Kingsbury. He's just got the world in his palm.
Yeah, get out of here with his fucking fluorescent lighting behind him. I mean, what kind of assholes do that?
So what are we looking at here? We're coming up.
Can I just say I've done a lot of 0 RB drafts. I have never felt so scared about doing one, knowing Silva just like staring piercing glares down my eye every time we're forced away from a running back.
I mean, we're going to have to start taking him at some point, right?
It's curious that the strategy is called
look at
0
the wide
RB.
Receivers available here.
Yeah, we got
Schuster's still on the board.
I mean, it's best ball. Like, why we can't pick we can't pick people up. We're just gonna have to get like real lucky, more lucky than
we can hammer them through like starting in round 7. But the upside we're getting weekly is still pretty awesome.
For me, it's AJ Brown. I'm open to suggestions.
It's AJ Brown for me.
So I had AJ Brown as one of my top 5 fades in our top 30 fades, but also that was context included. Whereas people are drafting him as a wide receiver 1. In this case, he's our wide receiver 3. So of course I would
have McLaurin ahead of him.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with McLaurin too.
I'm okay with that as well.
I got to give the big dog a peace offering. I got to give him one here. Do you know what's so scary? At the top of the draft applet, every time if you don't put someone in the queue, it says draft Leonard Fournette now.
Yep. I can't wait to see where he goes. I bet he's going to go soon.
Yeah. I was thinking he's probably going to go, 5th, 6th round?
It's delicious.
I'm going to need that take whenever he comes off. I'm going to need you to say just right, too early, too late. We need an early ETR over or under consensus.
I mean, considering the way that people are drafting, like, he's going to go soon. I mean, people are taking someone took Todd Gurley at the end of the 2nd round.
Todd Gurley wow. That's rich. It's real rich.
Jonathan Taylor in the 2nd round.
In this economy, Evan?
Kenyon Drake is actually not a bad value in this draft, considering how wide receiver or running back heavy it went.
Yep, definitely.
Silva, I heard you made a pact not to drink tonight.
Yeah, got to take the night off, man. Been stringing too many together with Daigle.
Yeah, Daigle said he's doing it with you in solidarity.
Whenever it's questionable, whenever the red solo cups come out, that's when you know.
Yeah, Pear Bear says Gurley in the second compared to our listener league where Gurley went the 8th.
Wow.
Silva, you should have gotten our listener league, man. You could have scooped up every running back of your dreams.
You're misconstruing my approach, man. I am not an RB robust.
I know you are. And that's the thing. To me, the running back start is completely defensible. It's the robust guys pushing through the 3rd through 5th round that is completely egregious relative to the wide receivers you're passing on.
I mean, truly, I think my favorite teams that I've built have been like McCaffrey at 101 and then come back with like 5 or 6 pass catchers in a row and then piece together RB2. I think it gives you a lot of upside. You know, with your starting lineup can look sick if you're willing to be like, hey, you know, I would love 11 points from Tevin Coleman in week 1, who I got in, you know, round 9.
When you say Tevin Coleman, to me, I hear that's my RB1. So Tevin Coleman with my RB2 sounds excellent. What do you think about this start from the 1 hole here? I mean, getting Cortland Sutton as your wide receiver 1 for a high T start, I guess ain't bad, but it could be a lot better.
No, I mean, we talk smack about his Todd Gurley pick, but I mean, I like his other 4. I mean, I think Cam Akers at the 4 or 5 turn.
Well, can we talk about, I mean, can you draft Saquon Barkley over Christian McCaffrey?
Oh, I totally glossed over that. I would not do that.
Yeah.
Especially with the opening schedule. I mean, the first 3 games, even for Saquon, and I think he'll come out of it fine, but I think he'll come out of it like RB6 or 7, and you just took him at RB1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to start fast. I mean, we want to get off to fast starts. I think that the people that, you know, look at the fantasy playoff schedule, and I mean, you know, we can definitely look at that, but I think that it's more important to look at the early season schedule because a lot of things can change throughout the course of the season. And, you know, defenses can completely be, you know, disintegrated by injuries or COVID. I mean, there's a lot
there
of plays.
There it is.
There he goes. 5th round.
Fournette, 5-4.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I will toss out a peace offering, and you guys can say I am down to take J.K. Dobbins here.
I don't think we even need to.
I mean, he's not coming back.
What RBs are left?
He's been going in the 7th in underdog.
Pat, we are no longer in underdog. This is a different territory here.
All right, but I mean, at some point, some of these guys got to take other positions. I think he could get back to the mid 6th.
Could we take Ingram here and then get Dobbins in the next round?
We can't. I don't know if we can handcuff.
Yeah, we can't do that. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't consider it a handcuff.
What
I
about
think they
Swift?
can both have standalone value.
Is Swift too much of an injury
Do
concern?
you favor Ingram, Silva, because of DeAndre Swift's injury, which will likely slow him down the first 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Because beforehand, I would have said Swift over Ingram.
I was Swift over Ingram before the injuries. I think that's pretty serious. Here, let me make sure we're not missing anything here. You guys see Bell Singletary.
Michael Gallup is here, which is pretty sweet wide receiver.
I also like Gallup. I'm going to just put these guys in the queue, let you guys talk it out.
I would go Hilton over Gallup.
Yeah, I would too. You guys haven't been taking Hilton?
I haven't. Do you prefer Hilton to Dobbins?
Yeah, Hilton's like isn't Hilton like the best ball player like of all time? I mean,
15 seconds left.
You guys decide.
You want Hilton or running back?
What? Okay, we got Dobbins available. Who else?
That's it. It's gross after Dobbins. We got 5 seconds.
All right, just take Dobbins.
All right.
I'm fine with that. As Eric Belair points out in the chat, Marquise Brown would have been a good argument as well. We just didn't have time to get into that.
We're going to need an Ingram injury because, I mean, Ingram's like the team captain. And, I mean, it's not like he's going to be bad. I mean, he's like set up for success. We know he's replacement level, you know, as a runner, but he's like, I mean, he's not going to be bad.
Would you buy into like a Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard type of comp? Obviously, Ingram's a little bit better than Howard, but do you see any upside for Dobbins the way that Sanders emerged last year?
That's what we're going to be hoping for.
Yeah.
I was about to say, because I believe Dobbins will open with 8 to 12 touches per game behind Ingram. It just won't deliver much standalone value, but he'll be hanging around until he eventually explodes. I also think he opens with a third down role, but as we know, it doesn't matter for Baltimore because Lamar doesn't check down.
Mm-hmm. And they just don't pass a lot, period.
Right.
Let's get over the draft board here. Hilton got snap picks after us. Brown, Parker.
I wonder if they're in the chat.
I think half the league is in the chat.
Yeah.
But
Fair.
that's why we're doing a 35 best ball. So, you know, our $9 share, we can live with some snipers.
Wait, but this chat that we're looking at right now, this is only my like second time on StreamYard. This is a like legit private. Oh, there's comments here. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the private chat is private. The comments is pulled from our YouTube and our Periscope.
Okay, yeah.
And we're live right now, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you want to say something vile, save it until after we're clear. We are live. Someone wants to know, Evan, your thoughts on where you would take Leo. Oh, I assume he means
right where I previously had him, which was like the 5-6 turn, is where he's ranked. We've had him ranked, and we just put him right back there. But it's a robust RB year, and so that sort of pushes him up a little bit. I'm probably not going to draft very much of him, but from here on out. But yeah, like 5-6 turn.
all right.
I think he's going to go. I think he's going to be a 4th and 5th round pick until week 1.
Yeah. All right. Now we can actually see some ADPs and make sure we're not missing anything good here. All right.
And remember what we were discussing in the chat. Like that's still ideally what we want to do here in the next 3 rounds, most likely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because it sounds like we're all on board on that approach, which the chat will see soon, hopefully.
Evan, have you done your St. Louis Crew main event draft yet?
Yeah, we did one, and then we have another one. We draft, I think, after the Thursday night opener. The other guys like to do that. It adds like a little, a little nuance there. But yeah, we did one. We did a Cowboy stack with Zeke, Amari, Dak, and Jarwin.
Nice. I think I saw that board from the 103.
Yeah.
Nice.
Started. Yeah. Yep.
Very nice. And yeah, it's interesting. The ones, Pat and I have always done the main events after the Thursday night, and it's like the ADPs are beat up to hell, super efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, that Thursday night game, there's always 1 or 2 guys that go like 5 rounds ahead of where they should based on that night.
Yep. Or they don't go high enough, like Kareem Hunt that one year. Yeah. I mean, because you got access. Actually, that's the year when Kareem Hunt had like 40 points in week 1.
Yep.
You get those points. You're putting those points on your team.
Yep.
You almost like have to take him at 101 because
he went 101 in some drafts.
You're starting off 1-0.
Yep. That
in an 11-week regular season.
Yep.
That information, Gab, it's huge. That's such a bonus to be able to do that. We're gonna have some fireworks on Thursday night. There's gonna be some ADPs moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
No question. And that game is going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
When the Chiefs and the Texans played last year, I think the first game produced like 54, and the second one was 51-31 in the playoffs. Like it's gonna be lit. And I think that there actually could be a lot of truth to the expectation that actually defensive secondaries are most impacted by the lack of practice time and preparation. And the Chiefs have a lot of turnover in their secondary. Bashaud Breeland, who was their best corner last year, he's suspended. Juan Thornhill, their free safety, is coming off a torn ACL. The Texans defense just straight awful. And I mean, like they have one good player, JJ Watt. He's going up against Mitchell Schwartz. So this game is going to be LIT.
Love it. I love it. We are almost a week away. All right, I'm pulling up. This is like the true ADP, not the applet ADP here. The elite quarterbacks still on the board. Anything jumping out for you guys?
You got taken.
Let me double check. Swift went.
Yeah, went. Okay.
At the 5-6 turn.
Now you are on the clock.
All right, we're on the clock after Landry goes. What position are you guys looking at here?
We don't have a stack, but I mean, Dak's okay values, but it's tough without any.
No, I thought we had a plan, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just saying, I would like him, but I don't think he's the play.
This is the middle of the 6th, correct?
Yeah. Let's keep eyes on this. We have 30 seconds.
We need to take the guy that we want.
Yeah, I would. Okay. I would take Deshaun Jackson here. Look at the receivers available. Like, this is where you grab him.
All right, we're gonna do it.
Deshaun Jackson will be the highest owned player on FanDuel. Actually, I don't know what his price on FanDuel is, but he would be the highest owned player in week 1.
Benjamin's logged into the chat. He had a really interesting observation. He says we need a running back.
Are you?
We
sure?
get a lot of this.
I don't know where he's kind of deducing that. I mean, J.K. Dobbins. I haven't drafted a running back this early since the second Clinton administration. J.K. Dobbins seems very nice as an RB1 to me.
To be fair, like this is what Rich Rebar preaches, though. Maybe not this exact approach, but he always says that wide receiver points on average are so much more consistent than running back points. That's the whole point of zero RB. That's the whole point of trying to flex wide receivers as opposed to diving in with everyone else in the middle rounds of running back. So, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Evan, would you say you prefer Deshaun Jackson in best ball?
No, I'm getting him in every format.
Pants all format.
Dynasty?
Yeah. Definitely.
You called my bluff. Pat, what's our RoJo watch here?
You know how I feel about him. Evan, where are you at on Rager?
I mean, I don't trust these guys in the chat. Like, I don't trust these guys. We're trying to win here. Right.
Okay. Right.
I guess
we'll talk about that later.
It's only $77 split, 4 ways, but
I think it's 35.
It's actually 35
oh,
split.
35. Oh, let's talk about everybody then. Okay.
Wait, Evan, your threshold for carrying is $9 versus $18.
I don't know. No, Jalen Reagor. I mean. In best ball, I think that in redraft season long, like you don't want to carry dead weight for 3 weeks. Like that's a problem. And then his schedule really toughens up, as Daigle pointed out. Like that was one of the things that was hot about Reagor is that his schedule is dope early on. Redskins in week 1, I think Dolphins in week 3 or Cincy or something. But I mean, I think that he's definitely going to be a consideration for us. I mean.
It's not only Washington Rams and Bengals, as you said, to start. It's also the Niners in week 4. So, like, you lose another week if he happens to return in that span. I don't have him draftable in the first 10 or 11 rounds in redraft now. I just think it makes sense.
I don't either, but he's still a guy I'm willing to take, like, at a certain point.
Later, yes, sure.
He's a late-round pick. We're not going out of our way to get an injured rookie receiver.
Which sucks because we were beforehand. Like, we were all over him.
Can we talk about the Pat Kerrane mush? I mean, 2 of his 3 favorite players, Ronald Jones and Jalen Reagor. I mean, Zach Moss better be just wrapped in bubble wrap right now, because I swear to God, if Pat mushes Moss as well.
This is the price we had to pay for Fournette to go away and Viska to absolutely smash Pete. We actually have 100% ownership of Viska in high stakes. We didn't with Ronald Jones or Reagor.
Someone in the comments just called Derrick Henry fat. I mean, he's got to sit. He's got to be put in the penalty box.
Where is this?
I'd like to see him say that to Derrick Henry's face.
I don't even see this comment. I mean, I will block him for you, Silva. I don't see this. This must be your private chat.
No, it's in the comments. He said, so Evan loves fat RBs and old wide receivers.
Oh, there you go. Let's see.
He called Derrick Henry fat.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow. Derrick Henry, I will, even as a guy who doesn't draft Derrick Henry, I have seen the workout videos with his shirt off, and that man is not fat.
We know it's going to change over time, but the Titans also have the easiest rushing schedule according to Warren Sharp's projected SOS. So that also helps the case of drafting Henry number 4 overall and just being safe. You're not going to lose drafting Derrick Henry. That's the thing.
Number 1 easiest rushing schedule, and number 2 SOS based schedule as well in terms of softness. So it's set up for another Derrick Henry year for sure. And then you add in the fact that, I mean, the 3rd round pick from Appalachian State that can't, make it through practice is is threatening for targets, and Derrick Henry. It's Derrick Henry here.
All I heard was Alvin Kamara 2.0. All right, we're up next, so we need to get a game plan here.
Is Zach Moss available? I feel like he with Singletary off the board.
He is available.
You are on the clock.
All right, we're on the clock. Moss and Gibson look nice. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I would go Gibson over Moss.
I'd be fine with either of them.
Who do you prefer, Silva?
It's like they're right next to each other.
What do we for this build? I think both are make sense. I'm ambivalent too. But anyone have a strong feeling?
Gibson has a lot more receiving upside, I think. I know that Moss is a solid pass catcher, but he's going to be sharing time with Devin Singletary, and Gibson could line up at receiver. I mean, the Redskins need playmakers.
It's been a knock that he's not going to get the 20 carry role because AP's around, but we don't want Gibson to have a 20 carry role. We want him to have 8 to 12
Well,
carries.
we take it. But we're not. Yeah, we're not expecting that at all. We want him to catch 50, 60 balls.
We want him to be used various ways. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say speak for yourself, Daigle. If he's getting 15 carries a game, I'll take it.
Just take Gibson then. Where are you arguing?
He already did. Yeah, he took him.
Thank you.
Wait, Silva, did you say the Eagles play the Washington football team week 1?
Yep.
Oh, I mean, if you're not stacking week 1 matchups in your best ball leagues, you're losing.
There's some good ones, man. Seattle, Atlanta, Houston, KC.
Rams, Cowboys.
Silva,
how much do you hate drafting with me?
I love you, Pete. Come on, man.
I didn't say love drafting with you.
Yeah, I know. You did. You sidestepped the question.
I do like hanging out in Cape Cod with you better, though.
I know. I'm less of an asshole in Cape Cod, wading through the waters, smoking a J. I'm a much chiller man then. All right.
Next year. We're going to be there next year. Hopefully.
Next year.
Let's do it.
Hopefully. Otherwise, we're just going to do the Daigle thing. We're all going to move in with Silva, reality show, fantasy house.
We're all going to be homeless and move in with Silva.
Yeah, Silva, how's your internet? Mine's pretty bad. Good.
Is it?
Yeah. I've been freezing.
I've heard you've been struggling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Silva, you moved to new digs, right?
Mm-hmm. Bought a house.
Did you move into the burbs more?
No.
Nice.
We're going to need to start taking some RBs here, huh?
If you say so.
Gibson is wide receiver in this format, right? I can't remember.
No, he's running back.
No. I sent FFPC an email before, and I asked for dual eligibility for our 7th round pick.
They got back to you really quickly.
I have nothing in front of me here, so I'm just
sorry. Let me go back to the
blind. Yeah,
the ADP here. I based on I'll just say it because I don't care. Based on the QBs who are off the board, if we want to ensure this stack, we might need to grab Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how cute we want to get. We could maybe get cute for a round, but it'll be close. So I guess
Deshaun Watson's still on the board, and so is
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, I didn't realize Deshaun was still on too. Okay, and Josh Allen. Yeah, okay. What running backs are available right now? Then
all right, let me head over to the running back tab.
Ronald Jones, clearly.
Well, Zach Moss is still available.
Yeah, So Zach Moss is the pick if he comes back. Silva, I am getting very excited about Philip Lindsay. Do you like Philip Lindsay?
No.
No?
No.
Where are you at on Tariq Cohen now, Silva? I know you're not a huge fan.
You guys, I have him in I'm aggressive on him. I mean, I don't trust David Montgomery to hold up whatsoever. I mean, this is a disaster to have a significant soft tissue injury right before week 1. That's a disaster. I'm not like a big Tariq Cohen talent fan, but who cares if he can get himself into a situation where he's getting 8 to 11 carries a game and 5, 6, 7 targets a game, like it can be very, very good.
Yeah, this is what I think's happening. Silva, you're not used to building teams like this, so you're not used to having to grab.
I'm not used to drafting shitty players. Yeah.
No, you're used to drafting shitty wide receivers. You're not used to drafting shitty running backs. So we need to decide here. I mean, Zach Moss is the pick, right? If he falls,
who?
Zach Moss.
Yeah, Zach Moss. I think so.
Yeah.
Zach Moss.
Yes. I still like Kerryon Johnson, but it's probably a round or two too early.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, we're assured week 1 touches with Kerryon, but again, it's probably too early right now.
I have Cohen ahead of Kerryon.
Okay.
Zach Moss goes. So
Now you are on the clock.
and Tariq Cohen goes. This is fine.
Let's lock up the stack. Deshaun
Is
was
Deshaun still on the board?
no, he went.
Nope.
Still a little early.
I'm okay. I'm
Allen's
okay
still
with
available.
insuring it.
So we saw right there 3 in a row: Watson, Moss, Cohen. Right now, I have Wentz and Kerryon in the queue. Is there anyone else that is interesting to us?
It didn't feel good jumping Deshaun and Josh Allen, but I mean, at this point, I'm fine reaching a little bit for Wentz since they're off the board.
You guys want to do Wentz?
Yeah.
Okay, we got him. Boom. The stack is complete. We have closed the loop.
Nice.
Looking at this team, this is okay.
Look at you guys outside of your comfort zone.
Okay with
I
this.
jack off to teams like this at night, and you guys are freaking the hell out. Oh, Silva,
This is what happens when you you're so into zero RB, you end up talking yourself into bad running backs, right? I mean, Philip Lindsay is not a bad player, right? But he's not a good bet this year.
This is the thing. I'm trying to get first in this league. I will never build a lineup that's going to get 4th place. No one will ever like my lineups. People love 4th place lineups on Twitter. God, they fucking love it.
Oh, hey, you're completely on point about that. No,
They lube up with bad touches. Yes.
The reason I agree with you, the reason I'm more excited about Lindsay than I was before is because of this Melvin Gordon rib injury. I think that really opens up a door for him out of the gate. And I do think he's a better runner than Melvin Gordon.
There's also been a lot of buzz about him catching passes, which is not something he did last year.
No, he did it in college.
Yeah.
But he has battled that he had a severe wrist injury. Maybe that played into it. You remember that? He had a horrible wrist injury.
And I do like Dobbins and Gibson quite a bit. I don't want to act like we don't have any running backs. I like those players a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And I like that we got Ertz because when you take Michael Thomas and Tyreek Hill, you're betting a lot of your draft capital on those 2 wide receivers. So I like then going away and getting that elite tight end, and that unlocks another roster spot for running back. So the build does make sense.
It does.
I think
we have just immense target potential with Thomas, Ertz, McLaurin.
Yeah.
It's true.
But we're not – then we pivoted pretty quickly to running back, to quarterback, because given that this is a best ball league, we're not going to have waivers, so we need to make sure that we take some fairly premium stabs at those positions still.
Paulsen made a good point in the comments that we could look at Breeze later with MT.
Don't mind that at all.
It's a good call. It's a good call.
Breeze has been falling in these formats too, right?
I'm not sure.
Or is he still getting drafted like top 12 option?
I think he's going around that range, 12 to 14. Let's see here. Yeah,
I was looking at his, or at least I was looking at his main event ADP this weekend, and I think it's definitely within. I think it's like quarterback 9 or something.
Yeah. Silva, I don't hear a lot of people talking about Emmanuel Sanders. Where are you at on him?
He's like a complementary role player in an offense that doesn't throw the ball nearly as much as it used to. I think that. I think if he was like a good real life signing, and he's going to have some okay weeks, and he's okay in best ball. Yeah. He's like, you want him as like your wide receiver 5 among 8, right? Or your wide receiver 6, ideally among 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some people in the chat lobbying for Jared Cook, I assume, to try to hit that double stack with Cook and Breeze.
I'm in on that. I think that his tight end, or his ADP among tight ends, tight end 14 right now in main event. That's way too low. I mean, Jared Cook is like a big play tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time.
And Breeze, man, he had eyes for him in the red zone last year.
Oh yeah. Oh, when Breeze came back in the second half of the season, Jared Cook was he was like a league winner.
Yeah. Yeah, our guy Devin been pushing Jared Cook. He likes that take. What, Pat?
How early would you guys go on Chris Herndon at this point?
I mean, I personally prefer like Noah Fant and even Jared Cook and Gesicki to him, but
I have Gesicki over him, but I have Herndon over the other two.
You are up next.
Oops, we need to rally here, guys.
We probably, do we even need our second tight end right now?
No.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what running backs, wide receivers are here for us.
I try to talk. I try to talk everybody into Phillip Lindsay, but Silva already crushed my spirits once. I don't know if I can go back to the trench on that one.
I mean, what's the severity of the rib injury? It's day to day, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone in the chat said Melvin Gordon can't breathe anymore, so that seemed pretty serious.
That seems accurate.
Because freaking Roto World is like talking about how he's struggling with he can't breathe. I mean, the dude he's played in Denver before. He just spent the last 4 years in the division that they play against the Broncos.
All right, guys,
this is not his first time in Denver.
I do want to address how Roto World has gone down the shitter since Silva left, but let's first make
no. Roto World is great, but now I'm in a position where I can sort of criticize some of their blurbs sometimes.
Don't pin these things on me. Don't you dare pin these things on me.
We want to do Cook and go for that stack.
I'm open to it. Definitely.
That seems early for Cook.
It is
maybe
early.
not.
If we want to go running back,
Carry-on is still there.
Yeah, you want Carry-on?
Yeah,
I would absolutely go Carry-on over Cook.
All right, let's do Carry-on. Carry-on, we need some touches early in the season. Let's do it.
Now, week 1 is against the Bears, but at least we're getting those touches.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to talk about a lot of the kind of, upstart millennials that Roto World has hired. I mean, liberal socialists like Denny Carter. I mean, I just don't know what they're doing over there.
Oh, Denny's the best, though, man.
It's so good. His Patriots kicker blurb. I mean, so
I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know who it was. Probably because he tweeted it out himself.
I mean, it was like 95% Denny, 5% chance it was RotoPat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pat, this is where Pat's going to start making his impassioned case for RoJo. It's happening.
I'm not going to make a case because I want to see how you guys would play this. I would have taken RoJo.
Silva, what's your thought on RoJo's value there? Too early or too late?
I've never been a RoJo guy, man. I've never been. I understood taking him like at the 6-7 wrap. I mean, you're taking a shot on a dude that was in a good situation. I never liked him. So
did you
as a ball player, I mean, what's there to like about him as a ball player?
Did you ever think of letting Pat go from ETR because of his egregious RoJo love?
No, Pat has a great process and is an excellent analyst. So his analysis was good. It's just he got screwed because they signed Leonard Fournette. I mean, and then we have to adjust with the new information.
Did you hear that last part, Pat? We need to adjust with the new information.
I'm bumping down around Pete. I don't know what else you want from me.
Oh my God.
Pete is just creating straw man argument after straw man argument.
That's what I do, Silva. I'm a muckraker. We got Ray chatting from Hong Kong. He knows Pat is so hurt right now.
I'm doing all right, Ray. I do need another beer, though.
I'm going to have to pee in a second, but I'm going to have to time this with a pick so we don't end up OTC. All right, what are we thinking here, guys? So Cook is still available.
Who?
Jared Cook, if
Jared
we want
Cook
to
is still
try
available here.
that double stack.
I'm okay with that.
There's a ton of tight ends at the top of the ADP, but Cook, Hooper, Fant, Gronk, Goddard, Jonnu. We have a little coverage to wait on Breeze with Matt Ryan. Actually, maybe I haven't refreshed here in a little bit.
Now you are on the clock.
All right. We are on the clock here. I have Jared Cook in the queue. Silva, is there anyone else here that you're eyeing?
I can't see anything.
Let's by ADP, Jared Cook, Hooper, Matt Ryan, Noah Fant.
Jared Cook, great pick.
All right, let's do it.
Jared Cook. Like I said, I prefer Herndon, but again, we're drafting from the same tier with those two players. And like Silva and I were discussing the other day, it's odd. It's like a waste of life to argue about 1.5 points of fantasy points at the end of the season. Like, just take the player from the tiers. It's okay.
Yeah. Paulsen, I'm just letting you know, Pat you're not getting a rational answer from Pat tonight. Just wait till tomorrow. Let him sleep it out. Just don't ask him that question right now.
Well, hey, I would actually like your guys' take on why would you prefer Kerryon Johnson over Ronald Jones? Because surely you prefer the talent of DeAndre Swift over Leonard Fournette.
I think you're muted, Silva. Bottom left.
Evan, you're muted.
You're muted.
I think there's a lot more to it than that. I mean, Swift is hurt. Like the Lions offense, I think it's really underrated. Kerryon has been fine, pretty good. And Ronald Jones hasn't been, frankly.
This might be bold. We may disagree on this, but I think at least we know Kerryon Johnson, while healthy, which of course is the issue. While healthy, he's guaranteed a role. We are literally in a position now where Ronald Jones isn't guaranteed a role. So that seems concerning.
That's fair. Yeah. If you're just trying to reduce risk, then that makes a lot of sense to go Kerryon. But I would argue that Kerryon's upside is capped in a way that Ronald Jones is not, for the same reason. We don't know. It's still ambiguous there.
I keep saying the same thing, but Pat, I think you can be right. I just think you have to price adjust. Like, you can't just.
That's why I didn't argue for taking him. I wanted to see where he'd go here. I kind of wanted to see where you guys were at. And I will see where the market goes. And then I will draft him about 6 spots ahead of that ADP.
And to be fair, at the beginning of the show, whether it was a joke or not, you did say the 8th round, and he went, 6-7 spots behind that. So you would be ahead of consensus if you choose to stay that way.
Yeah, I mean, taking David Montgomery over Ronald Jones is a losing pick to me. Taking Matt Breida ahead of him is a losing pick to me. I can't see it. I can't see how that pays off. I can see how Chase Edmonds pays off. I can see how Philip Lindsay pays off. Zach Moss for sure. I can even see Tariq Cohen after the David Montgomery injury. But I have a hard time seeing those other picks. So this is the tier that RoJo belongs in my mind.
Yeah, I guess to me, actually, this is the take I want from Silva, because this is one thing I took from you guys last year. You talked about this all the time on ETR. You said we can live with 2-man backfields. We cannot live with 3-man backfields.
Right.
Does Keyshawn Vaughn have a role? Because then we are in a 3-man. So
he's going to be inactive week 1.
Okay, so this is a 2-man, or does Dare sneak in there as the 3?
I mean, I'm just going to tell you what I think. It's going to be who's going to be active in week 1. It's going to be Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, and Dare Ogunbowale because he plays special teams and he knows the offense. I mean, he's probably going to be pass blocking in week 1 and maybe running a few routes. But it's going to be 3 guys. Keyshawn Vaughn is going to be inactive, and then it's going to be very, very ambiguous in terms of the usage. It's not going to be a great matchup against New Orleans, and then we're going to move on to week 2, and they're going to try to ramp up Fournette and get him going, and it's going to be like they're going to have like competitions like in practice, and that will determine what happens on game day.
Right. I like that take. I think it's like we've seen these veteran signings, right? The Carlos Hyde, the LaShawn McCoy. They're gonna see what does he have in the legs. Like, does he have it? And if he has it, he might just hold on to it. But if he doesn't, then RoJo's there. But I just think I don't like Fournette at all. But I think Fournette's less cooked than Hyde and McCoy were. So I think there's some risk there. All right, we need to look here. Do we want it? It looks like by ADP, we should probably just lock up this Breeze MT Cook and make it too cute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure they don't have the same bye.
Yeah, by week 6, good call. Yeah, Wentz is 9, so we should be good there. 69, we're good.
Is this a slim?
It's a slim, 18 rounds.
Great. Okay. Yeah, slims are very hard to start slim picking off the top of quarterbacks if you wait too long. So getting 2 secured starters through the entire season, barring injury, that's the way to go. That's the way a lot of people did in pros versus Joes. I made a mistake and took a 3rd quarterback at the end because Bridgewater went too late. But I think the ideal situation would have been to grab 2 and be done with it.
Now you are on the clock.
All right, let's get Breeze.
Again, unlocking another roster spot here for a running back with the two quarterbacks. So 2 onesies on each, I think, is a good way to go with a 0 running back build.
I agree. Yep. This frees us up to just go running back, wide receiver, rest of the way for what? 7 picks? Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
And we get ahead of this quarterback run here because this is when the rest of the 1 QB teams start to add on here.
Pete, we have someone in the chat saying this is not a slim.
What? Seriously?
We're going to need you to check that, buddy, because that's a 10-round difference.
I'm like almost – I will trust Dan because Dan knows what he's saying.
It doesn't say slim.
It is not slim.
Okay, this is not a slim. That's what happens when your slim draft doesn't fill and you quickly let me know how many drafts is this, or how many rounds is this, Dan?
28, I believe.
No fucking way. I thought –
Normal FFPC best ball leagues are 28 rounds. Yes. As Hayden just said.
See, this is the worst news of the night. The Leonard Fournette thing's not really that important, but this is going an extra 10 rounds.
I actually have to go do a radio hit with CBS. I'll see you guys in an hour.
All right. Well, we're going to get kicker takes for sure while we're here. The serious note, like the FFPC kicker 6 or 7 is like the Rams' 3rd string option, and I don't know why. I would love someone to explain that to me.
I apologize to everybody. I just like the RoJo news happened. The draft didn't fill.
Don't you blame the RoJo news, Pete. Don't you do it.
RoJo news, everyone's like, get Pat on air. We want to see him sob his eyes out. Like it was a rushed evening. Evan, you have our permission to bow out whenever you need. We will absolve you of responsibility for the 0 RB team you never wanted to have anything to do with. You're off the hook.
No, I'm going to hang around, but I'm going to go pop a melatonin. I need to get a good night's sleep tonight.
I may run downstairs and grab a drink.
Look at these guys are all go. All right,
they're bouncing as soon as.
Just give me. No, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, these guys are gonna go confer in the living room.
Yeah.
Look at this.
All right, Pete. Someone's asking you to take a shot here. Joshua wants you to take a shot for
I'll
your.
take a shot.
Defense.
I'll take a shot. All right, I'll go take a fucking shot. I mean, this is a night, Pat. This is a fucking night.
Oh, guys. All right. Let me see the RoJo takes. Where are you guys taking RoJo now? Throw some comments in. I want to see. Do you think are you with Pete that he's an 11th, 12th round guy? Or 34 from Curtis here. 9th round RoJo. 9th, 8, 9 turn. Right behind carry on. RoJo 8th round. The carry on.
Hey, Pat, we're on the clock. We got to make a pick for this team.
Well, you left. I don't have access, buddy.
I know. I say we.
Now you are on the clock.
Okay. I said, Pat,
I can't see the board anymore, man.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Sorry. You want to go with Boston Scott with this Eagles?
Yeah,
stat?
let's do that. That's a good call, dude. The other option is Visca, by the way.
Yes, you're right. I think you're right. We can't wait. What do you want? I'm good with either.
I think Boston Scott probably makes sense for the build with the Eagles stack.
All right. There's a chance Visca comes back to us despite the
Yeah, agreed.
Dude, the default queue is so scary. I almost fucking drafted Jameis Winston. Daigle, you okay with Boston Scott here?
I love Boston Scott. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
That's a really good pick for us, considering the Eagles stack and the need at running back.
Yeah. I love it.
Even when Miles Sanders was an RB1 3 or 4 games last year, not counting the one he got injured, Boston Scott still played 28% of the snaps, and I believe averaged 8 touches per game in those 3 games. So there's like a small little role, and that we haven't even talked about both, or if Miles Sanders being injured. So,
Pat, are you going to take a shot with me?
I don't know if I even have any liquor available. I'd have to go digging through moving boxes to find it. I'll take a big swig of beer with you.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, Kaiser Soze. Okay. He asked, is Daigle on Team Laviska? And I got to say, I've been prepared for a dance party all night.
We truly do need this, and one of these guys will fuck it up. And I swear to God, if you snipe us on Visca, I'm not playing the reel for you. Don't think you're getting it. Like, I have firmly established this. The hype reel is for us. You will not get any enthusiasm. You will get anger. This shot goes to quite a night. It goes to the Leonard Fournette signing. It goes to Silva hating everything about taking Michael Thomas over Derrick Henry.
And everything else we've done.
Everything. I can't believe I tried to. I thought Evan Silva would be on Philip Lindsay. Like, he broke my heart there. He broke my heart. So cheers to a night, and I hope Silva doesn't block me on Twitter after tonight. It's a school night, fellas.
It actually is a school night because Blair wakes up in the morning, and so her and Silver just walk past me on the couch.
Oh boy.
Is he still on mute? I can't tell if he's trying to talk to us or. There you go.
He's coming back.
Silva, you're on mute.
What are your takes on Laviska, Silva?
Sort of like Antonio Gibson, but cheaper, a lot cheaper. But yeah, I mean, a good late round pick for sure.
We got Boston Scott while you're gone. You good with that?
Yes.
Keeping that Eagles onslaught going, baby.
Yep.
Sounds like we're all in agreement with Boston Scott. Yeah, so we can talk about, since it's 28 rounds, a third quarterback. We will clearly have enough room on the roster to get that done.
Pat and I did our listener league. We did a 28 round one. And I mean, I learned about kickers. I had never heard their names in my life before.
I only know Denny always complains that Matt Gay's ADP is too high. I don't know why, but I know he says that. That's all I know about kickers.
Wow. So are you going to let this slide? If this draft is slim, so is Derrick Henry.
That's a good one. I'll give it to
That's
him.
pretty good joke, though.
It's actually really good.
We got to give it to
Cart, it's all good, man. All good. At the end of the day, we're all going to be right. Fournette's going to be fine. He did get cut. We're all going to be right. In solidarity, my brother.
Matt Gay was apparently cut a couple days ago. That's why Denny thinks his kicker 6 ADP is too high. Again, go to Denny with all your kicker takes and not Daigle.
I think we really starved the beast at QB, guys. I mean, look at them just coming off the board like hotcakes.
I mean, they're only 28 rounds, so it's a good thing we got in early.
Yeah. Hey, if we could start a kicker run, absolutely.
Paulsen,
I say we take our K1 right now.
Silva,
Get it moving. Just get that ball rolling,
no jokes. When we did our draft with Blair, Andrews, and Hassan from RotoViz, Blair was trying to
not a
sell
best ball draft.
It was not. It was a managed league. Blair was trying to sell us on Justin Tucker in the 14th, but he was dead serious. He was dead serious. We had to talk him out of it.
To be clear, it's probably equivalent to 3 condoms, but I do believe in taking 3 kickers in this format of best ball league, since kickers lose their jobs and defenses don't. Yeah, I just want to make sure.
And taking your kickers a little earlier for job security.
You're up next.
Oh, sorry. This board is not. We are seeing a crazy quarterback run here. Howard goes, Rodgers, Jones, Burrow, Newton. We are up next.
What are we looking at here?
I mean, I don't even want to say it.
Free agents and opt-outs, and
I don't even want to say it.
Silva, can we interest you in a little Laviska Shenault dance party here?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, let's.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Dude.
We needed this.
Are you guys just taking him on every team or what?
Every single team.
I mean, in week 1, when he gets that goal line carry out of the Wildcat. I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, we just drafted Laviska fucking Shenault.
All right.
We did it.
I actually took my pants off in that 15 seconds.
I did a stream with Hayden yesterday where we drafted him, and he literally took his shirt off. For the hype reel. Yeah. So if any of you guys are wondering what Hayden looks like with his shirt off, that little beefcake down there in California, check out the stream from a couple days ago.
He's like the Bill Gates of Roto World. Like, he's much better looking than all of us, for sure.
I'd like to propose a theory that no one else in this draft knew it was not a slim until we announced it. Because look at all these quarterbacks. Every single person went, "Oh fuck, it's not a slim."
You're right, because everyone who got in this league was when we told them that we were getting in this league.
We told them we were doing a slim.
It is amazing, I will say. Like, the chat does not get any more excited. We could have all the Silva takes in the world the rest of the night. Doesn't matter. Once the Laviska dance party hits, the chat starts bumping.
The chat is fucking lit. Dance party. Hell yeah, let's dance. Yes, dance. Jack Miller hasn't seen this. You're not watching my streams, you asshole. This is why you'll never come on the Swolecast even after we. Silva, did you hear about this? We extended an invite to Jack Miller to come on, and he said, "I'm going for a picnic later today, and I can't make it."
What the heck, man?
And just tell him that he just made the biggest mistake of his life.
No, I do a live draft. Daigle came with me every year with like these people that go. I do like this library conference.
Yeah,
and Jack goes to what, Northwestern or something like that. I
don't know. I think he's in high school still, or
I know he's a young guy, but he's going to be at the live draft next year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Lock it up, Jack.
Assuming he doesn't get detention, he should be able to make it.
Right.
Fucking Jack Miller, dude. I mean, Talk about looking a gift horse in the mouth. This kid, they give these, what is he, Generation Z? They just put the world on a platter for these kids and they just bat it away. And they're like, no, just looking at my TikToks and do my fantasy football projections. Fucking Jack.
Or take off their shirts during Laviska Shenault dance party.
Oh, shit. This draft is flying now. Everyone realized it was not a slim and we're all very motivated here.
Everyone's trying to get the hell out of here now.
What do you think about taking Rager here, adding to that Eagles stack, and then calling it on wide receiver?
That might be too many Eagles.
Now you are on the clock.
Shit. Mission Impossible. Refresh. Okay, here we go. So.
And you're still muted, Silva, just to let you know.
Yeah, my daughter's in the background like, where's the phone charger? Like, you're supposed to be in bed.
All right, guys, we literally have less than 50.
We go with like I don't know, one of these.
Rieger is starting to become in play, right? Put some RBs.
Yeah, so Joshua Kelly, Jerick McKinnon.
Rieger would be my pick here, but I could also see the case for making sure we don't get shut out.
Well, now the daughter is in another room. Hold
There's the wide receivers: Williams, Jefferson.
How long do we have?
N'Keal Harry. Is Rager here?
Get something in the queue, man.
Rager's not here. How do you guys feel about Harry? I mean,
take Harry then.
I'm just putting names in the queue. Do you guys like Kelly?
I would take Kelly over Harry.
Silva, where are you at? All right. Sorry.
We already drafted Harry.
Okay. So the thing is, we didn't have enough time to discuss, but also Harry's the winner between him and Sanu. Clearly, like one of them was going to be on the field.
Cut.
Right, one of them was going to be on the field every single snap, and we didn't know truly which one. But we know now it's Harry. So at least we have that.
Remember when Pat accidentally timed out and drafted Rager or Moss? That's how I was with Harry there.
Yeah,
I had to sneak him onto this roster.
I don't know if you're seeing the chat, Silva, but they're calling for the mentor to be drafted very soon here.
Daigle is hilarious.
Wait.
He came up with this.
Did not come up there.
Yes, he did. You concocted this story that Darrell Williams actually is the mentor for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So we've since nicknamed Darrell Williams the mentor.
I love
mentor.
I want to be
to be fair,
I love
they overlapped in their final year at LSU in 2017.
Yeah.
I understand that Darrell went undrafted.
Sounds ridiculous.
And Edwards-Helaire was a first-round pick. But Darrell is the mentor.
The fourth string running back at LSU mentored, the eventual first round pick, who was like one of the best running backs in LSU history, from a receiving standpoint. It sounds ridiculous, but there actually is some truth to it. But it's funny to think
it's
about.
Time for the mentor is what all I heard right there.
Pat, did you see who logged
in?
in?
It's time for the mentor.
Oh, yes. Steelers fan. This guy.
From one inside joke to another now, explain this.
Yeah, so we did our KFFSC main event draft, and he was in our draft, and he just absolutely hated our team. Just absolutely hated it. But he became infamous because he said, aren't you guys nervous? You only have 3 running backs in a COVID year. And I was like, not a bad thing. But then I went and looked at his roster, Evan, and he had 3 running backs through 11 rounds.
Who's roster?
What's that?
Who is this person you're talking about?
This guy, Steelers fan, 23232323. I mean, has there ever been a guy with 19 numbers in his handle that hasn't been the ultimate troll?
I'm surprised he isn't an egg on that profile image.
Raquel Armstead. This is actually, I've seen him go in some main event drafts in like the 7th round. So Raquel going in the 15th actually is people have really pumped off the brakes here.
Are you guys a Ziggo?
Yeah, I saw Armstead go in some ridiculous rounds after Fournette got cut. Just no ability to be realize one of the reasons that it was probably smart to fade Leonard Fournette is because he plays on the freaking Jaguars, so.
And that's not even factoring in the fact that Armstead has basically missed every single practice.
Yeah, he's missed every single practice, never caught passes in college, wasn't good, as a rookie. Just zero positives working in his favor.
You are up next.
All right. This draft is just coming at me so fast and furious, guys. I hate that I'm behind the helm here. I can't even find the right tab anymore.
Are there any quarterbacks left? Because we could use a third.
Yes, we could. Drew Lock is available. Carr is available.
We need 3. Why do we need 3?
Yeah,
28 rounds.
It's 28 rounds, so like just in case. I would take Haskins, or if we can wait on Haskins.
You guys want to do the mentor?
Yeah, let's do the
yeah.
mentor.
Oh yeah.
Babe. It's a running joke, but like the mentor's here to stay.
The mentors, they say DeAndre Washington might not make the team.
He's here to stay, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard, but he mentored DeAndre Washington. That matters.
Dude, I need to make a highlight reel tape for the mentor.
Good. So good, man.
We need a mentor party where people just sit around on chairs and discuss things with one another.
Did we know if they did any mentoring while in the shower?
We can cross promote if so.
Look, I know everyone else is uncomfortable with this team. You know, they don't feel like I fucking love this team. I think this is a good team.
So, is DeAndre Washington still on the board?
Yes.
I will say something now that I've been living upstairs in the room I'm sweating in with Silva the past week and a half, that I've noticed that in these main events, the live draft here in Chicago, he's been stacking 2, if not 3 of the Chiefs backs and waiting for the final cut day on Saturday. And I think that's an excellent strategy.
And then like, you know, I put my draft like, you know, on Twitter, and they're like, you realize that one of those guys is going to get cut? I'm like, good.
Yeah.
You know, good. Then that narrows the backfield. And, you know, maybe the guy who got cut can go somewhere and get opportunity. Who knows? Like,
wait,
I mean, these are deep bench teams where, you know, we're going to end up if we're doing it right, we're going to end up cutting, you know, like 7 guys anyways from round 12 onward. You know, but I will definitely I'll take the mentor and Darwin, or I'll take the mentor and DeAndre, and
as long as the mentor,
one of them get cut.
I am so mad I wasn't in on this joke from the ground floor. The mentor is just the best name in fantasy football right now. Also, let's not forget the lead. I don't want to bury the lead here of Daigle pressing his ear up against Silva's room to listen to how he's drafting these FFPC main event teams late at night. You got a peeping Tom living above you right now.
These walls are thin, buddy.
Do you know what's so funny about that? My neighbor back here, I mean, God, she hates me so much because she's like, all you do is broadcast shows. She put in soundproofing over there. And one time we bumped into her in the driveway, and she just goes, you know, the walls are very thin. So my wife and I, it's just a running joke. Whenever we're talking loudly or whatever, we're just, hey, remember, the walls are very thin.
All those late night audiobooks reading from Patrick Laird, she's heard every single one of them.
Oh, yeah. I literally moved. I'm back in the old days, back when Mans was a thing. My desk was on that side and I was facing her. And so I've tried to get, you know, where I'm projecting away from her so she doesn't hate me as much. Okay,
so they have mentioned this in the chat, but it is possible if Dwayne Haskins is still looming around for us to potentially go Dwayne Haskins, Antonio Gibson, and then LT3.
Is that the first defense? Bills?
Well, we also have McLaurin.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You're totally right. Yeah.
I thought that's why Daigle was saying it, because we had McLaurin.
Well, LT3 is still out there, buddy. Like, you have to factor him in.
Yeah. The we call him the tenured professor.
Oh, is that what it is here? Okay.
I went to LT the Third's player profiler page the other day, and you know, you're looking at the bars and you're just like, this is sick as shit, man. Like, this guy's a freak. And then you're like, oh, he's 29 years old. Wait, how did that happen? All right, we need to draft a player.
It's Haskins if he's here.
It's definitely Haskins. It has to be.
He's
Gibson,
here.
McLaurin, Haskins, and we're going to draft a quarterback the rest of the way. We look at kickers here because we still need 3. Yeah, this is good.
Unless
from week 11 onward last year, PFF had Dwayne Haskins as a top 10 quarterback in their grading. Isn't that incredible? I mean, he did have some good games in there that people just, you know, conveniently forget or aren't aware of because who would be watching the Washington football team at that time of year?
And we've already made big bets on him with taking 2 of his weapons. So it's a great pick here.
Hang on, guys. I'm going to have the producer roll the Dwayne Haskins highlight clip. Producer, roll it. I Technical difficulties tonight.
Yo, LT3, yeah.
LT3's hot right now.
Yo, LT3, I mean.
Dude,
I like that.
if the thing I've been telling my subs is if you're not stacking the mentor with LT3, you're probably
You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Are you even drafting?
Do the people know who LT3 is?
Oh, they're gonna
They're
know.
about to. They're about to find out.
When I roll that highlight reel after we draft LT3, they're gonna know.
Oh yeah. It's just him celebrating his birthdays. They've stacked up over the years. That's it.
His 29th birthday.
Oh,
It is.
Any of the haters want to cross book this team against anyone else in the league? Slide into my DMs. Crickets. No one wants any of this smoke.
It is.
LT3, or as Pete called him a couple of hours ago, Irv Thomas.
Come on, guys. I'm fucking 3 sheets to the wind on a school night trying to convince Silva that my ideological drafting is the only way to draft in 2020. I mean, I'm having a rough night.
Oh, man, someone just got Alvin Kamara. They're in 16.
I almost spit all over my computer.
That's a steal, man.
That is a steal.
Now, the news is that they're only keeping 2 running backs, which is obviously more bullish for Henry than it is for Evans. But does that put you on Evans at all, Evan?
I mean, who said that?
That's I think it's from The Athletic. I was grinding today.
He was
Oh,
grinding.
yeah, I mean, that's just a beat writer guessing.
But I think the only other running back there is Jeremy McNichols.
Yeah.
Like literally, yeah. So
David Fluellen, too, who's
I think so. He's kind of like a fullback hybrid.
like a good special teamer, though.
Wouldn't the number 3 be Kari Blasingame?
Yeah, he could make it.
Yeah, from it was interesting when I saw the Athletic article about Darrington Evans. It said
When Pat sent it to you, you mean?
No.
And then you saw it.
no. I saw the regular link and it said they comped him to Alvin Ka, and it cut off. And I just kind of was able to piece together that it was Alvin Kamara who they were linking him to.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
made that comparison?
somebody
It was Peter King.
Peter
Oh,
King.
yeah, that's who it was. Yep.
Peter King's a noted talent evaluator. I draft off of his top 150 every year.
Chris Wessling used to tell this story. He's like, I will never listen to Peter King's fantasy advice because one year he said that he would take Danny Werfel in the first round.
Who's Danny Werfel? I don't even know.
Werfel, I think he won the Heisman.
Didn't Danny Werfel get a concussion by banging his head on purpose into the wall because he was excited?
Gus Farrat.
Gus Farrat, thank you. Okay.
Pete, you have an offer here from Eric to share Athletic logins.
No, this is the thing. You sheep need the full 550 words to parse it. All I need is the lead.
So
All the context clues are in the lead.
here's the issue. Eric Belair just said longest draft ever. Little does he realize we have another 11 rounds to go. So
If you think the 17th round's off the rails, wait till we get to the 25th, fellas.
because the mentor's gone. Like we can't take him anymore. So now we have to do something else.
I'm glad the mentor is going to become a thing.
Oh, it's
already.
It's
I love it.
incredible. DeAndre Washington is out. The mentor is in.
Eifert wouldn't be a terrible pick.
I don't mind that. We'd be done with Ty. Oh, I mean, Steven Sims is here. Do we want to load up?
Yes.
Let's
Pull the
load
trigger.
up.
Whenever you can build a Washington football team stack, especially a 5-man Washington football team.
You gotta do it, baby.
I don't know if you guys. I was reading Peter King, and he said Steven Sims reminds him of Jerry Rice. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's as Henry points out, we actually do for real need kickers. Like we have to have kickers.
Yeah, we straight up need kickers.
We literally need kickers.
Yeah.
Who's Washington's kicker?
Someone in the chat will let me know. I could probably name 4 kickers in the entire league right now, and then I'm tapped out.
Don't draft Matt Gay. That's all I got.
Lutz?
Don't draft Matt Gay. That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd probably get cut.
Pat, who was the kicker we drafted the other night that I had never heard of?
I
Brass?
was literally trying to think of him, and I already forgot his name. It's the Bills kicker.
It was Brass, right? Something Brass?
Tyler Bass. Is it Bass?
Tyler
yeah,
Bass.
Tyler Bass.
Yeah, okay.
Tyler Bass. I mean, one of the fucking biggest legs I've ever seen. I mean, this guy can hit it from.
He better kicking up in freaking Buffalo.
Hey, Silva. When Josh Allen's your quarterback, all you're kicking is extra points in that offense, buddy.
Hey, well said, my friend.
That's right. Oh, no one. The chat gets lit for kickers, man. Everyone loves guessing whatever kickers we're talking
They
about.
got opinions, man. That is true, though. It's Dustin Hopkins for Washington. Yeah. If we're trying to add a sixth Washington player, because when you can add 6 Washington players instead of 5, you know you got to do it.
Is Jake Elliott still here? We can go back to that.
I skipped all kicker analysis this year. Just Leone is handling it.
Yeah, that's why you hire little henchmen like Patrick Carrain and Michael Leone and Drew Dinkmeyer. They just can scrub the poop deck.
Dinkmeyer, the known henchman.
Yeah, classic henchman. Drew Dinkmeyer.
Dude, are we gonna bang LT3 here and just have the only Washington football team onslaught in FFPC history?
I think we should probably go Jake Elliott.
Yeah, because there is a bad. I mean, I know one thing, and there's a bad cliff drop at kicker.
Yeah,
we
don't want to get frozen out of kicker.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, people always ask me about my kicker ranks, and I'm like, I much prefer to think about it in tiers because there is.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
We really do, unfortunately, need 3 kickers here. So starting with Jake Elliott is just fine.
All right, Sammy, thank you for enjoying the stream. Please do these every night. I cannot drink and go toe to toe with Silva on every school night. We won't survive. Silva, is Blair going back to school soon?
Yep, she's. This will be her 4th day tomorrow.
Oh, wow. How's that been going?
We found a really, really good option where she pretty much has a full school day every day, and she goes to school from 9 to 1:30, and then she just plays with friends until 5, and she's having a blast. She's got. They gave her a little laptop, and
nice.
Yeah, she's in 3rd grade now.
That's awesome. All right, so are we going to kicker here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you are on the clock.
All right. Are we going Jake Elliott?
Yeah.
Yes, Jake Elliott.
I will say Jack Miller, who notably turned down the Swolecast invite, says that stacking QB1 kicker 1 is a 8.7% win rate, which is horrible.
Sorry, Jake Elliott.
We already took Jake Elliott, so
okay, good.
No, we didn't. Jake Elliott went 3 picks before us.
Oh, okay,
let's
good.
go Young Hoku then.
Yeah.
That guy's
Good.
dope.
Young Goku.
Yeah, he was incredible last year. They play at 11 of 15 fantasy relevant games indoors this year. Great pick.
You said you were done with kicker takes, Silva.
I mean, you have to do some level of investigation when you're playing main event. You know what I mean?
That's true. Oh, Pete, do you want to show everyone our level of investigation?
Wait, are you talking about the Aaron?
No, I'm talking about the Young Hoku clip.
That's what I'm actually working to pull up right now.
Okay.
Hold on, what?
We have a Young Hoku hype video.
There's no one in the history of ever has ever had a Young Hoku hype clip.
We did.
I'm working on it. I just have to.
It's a GIF, but it's quite a GIF.
All right. This is from Aaron Jones here in the DM. So he flicks it, kicks it through, and backflip there. I know it's small, but
that's awesome.
Kick.
Wow.
Flip.
All right, kick
Oh,
over.
goodness.
Adjust the ranks.
Kicker boys. That's our kicker.
K1. Oh, sorry. I did accidentally have this tweet up from Davis from earlier. Investing in RoJo March through April has been about as profitable as going long on the S&P 500 in March and April.
That's from today.
Ooh.
We're going to hit that with a pity like.
He knows what's going on too. He's gonna see it.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, look at the kicker run. Talk about starving the beast, guys. What a pick.
They're pretty hungry though. They only have one.
Starving the Beast was originated by Paulsen, correct?
It was, but we've co-opted it.
Oh, I know. You've stolen it for sure. I was listening to a Reeves podcast earlier, and I heard him say investing in the cow and not the milk when talking about drafting Dak Prescott and not the Cowboys players. And that's something I want to start using in every term of life. I'm about invest in the cow and not the milk.
I said that to Davis on Twitter the other day. These guys are getting on me for not buying an athletic subscription, and yet they tweet out every important nugget. And I said to Davis, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Yeah, that's the expression I'm familiar with.
Never heard it in my life.
John Mulaney has a good bit about that as well, if you're into stand-up comedy. All right.
Does he have a good bit on The Mentor? Or
he did a Reddit AMA the other day where he said he was kind of working in a bit about Darrell Williams into his next stand-up set.
Good.
So I think that will be pretty cool. Yeah.
Ahead of the times.
Okay. Are we just gonna hammer kicker here, guys?
Yeah, we got to get another kicker.
We have to. Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
All right.
There's still some decent options here, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
Matt Gay's gonna get cut probably. I don't know.
What do you guys think about? Is Prater still in Detroit?
Yeah.
Yes.
He would be an awesome pick.
That's
All right,
hot.
cool.
That's real hot. Oh, he just went. Leroy Jenkins. Fucking sniper.
Crosby's got
Crosby.
I like it was probably too early for Fairburn, right?
I mean, if he's got a job, I'm good with it.
Didn't Fairbairn go?
Yeah.
Did he go?
Fairbairn went.
Do not come to me for your kicker takes.
This has been an epic kicker run here, man.
Now you are.
Who replaced Rosas for the Giants? I just want bad coaches who are not aggressive. I want non-aggressive coaches, kickers. That's what I try to talk
People in the chat are saying
Go to the actual board.
I'm trying. I just want to show you who's available here. We have Lambeau. We have Badgley.
Yeah, Graham Gano went to the
Graham
Giants.
Gano, yes. It may be too early there.
High in
And that's Gettleman's boy from Carolina. So, I mean, ultimate job security.
Who's
ETR
that?
has,
Who's
good.
Graham Gano.
Okay.
ETR has Badgley at kicker 16. I don't see Gano. Hang on.
He just got added. It may be
Gano ranked. We don't have Gano ranked at ETR.
Are you guys worried about going against the ETR's ranking?
Say that publicly, Kareem.
That might.
Put it in the Slack.
Sorry, buddy.
Are we going Badgley or Gano?
I don't know.
I do like Gano. It's Jason Garrett's offense.
No. So
I want Gano.
I just want you to know, I just saved you guys a PR nightmare. If you take Graham Gano when you guys are publicly on Badgley, you're welcome.
You pull it up though, Pete. Look at what Henry. Look at what Henry Mito just said. Henry Mito is preaching why we did not go off ETR rankings this one time. And that's because he has similar bye weeks as the kicker we already have.
Does he?
Yes.
Well, we're going to take 3 anyway. So
Here's the
We
thing.
are taking 3.
I don't know. I can't speak for Pat Nevin. I draft all my kickers off of ETR's rankings. That's what I trust. I mean, you guys have your own sources. I use ETR's kicker.
RoJo doesn't have kicker rankings either, so I don't know. We got Denny. We just asked him, like, what do we need to do?
Every bye week Twitter's coming after us. They're coming after us.
Yeah. Well,
We got it right. It's okay.
we ran out of time, guys.
Guys,
What happened there?
this
the
is
best is when bye week Twitter rips. The first thing they look at is your season long draft, just all the buys.
yeah.
And they're like, you realize you have 7 players on bye in week 8. And the response should be good. So
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with it. I only have to deal with it in week 8, right?
It's like showing someone like your new house, like you bring them over and you're out front and you're like, look at my new house, and they're like, there's a crack in the sidewalk. But my new house, look at my house. Like, you gotta have the city come over and take a look at that crack, man.
It's true. It does kind of matter in best ball. The buys do kind of matter in best
It
ball.
does.
We're going to get 3 anyway, so we're going to be fine.
It absolutely matters in best ball, but yeah, season long doesn't matter at all.
Here's the thing. why does Pete doesn't grind ETR behind the paywall? You'd think I have so many friends over at ETR that they'd be like, hey, Pete, comp sub. No, I pay like the rest of you plebeians. All right. I pay my hard-earned money just to read Pat's stupid takes about why he doesn't like Mike Gesicki. I mean, it's a really poor proposition.
Yeah, that took up most of that article.
And I pay as my rent to live in Evan Silva's house. So we're all in line here.
Look at this kicker run. I mean, the beast is hungry. Man, I'm gonna get way.
That's true. The Giants have Gano and Catanzaro, but definitely Gano is. I mean, that's Gettleman's boy from Carolina. He's probably pulling for him. But I mean, we don't want it. This is why we want to avoid this cliff drop. I mean, or else we're gonna have to be rooting for kickers in training camp battles. That's the worst. There's nothing worse than that.
I mean, I think you're kind of saying that it's important to draft off tiers.
I wonder if
here's my thing about Gano. I haven't been drafting him in my managed leagues, but I love him in best ball.
I wonder which one the mentor will take under his arms. Right.
Yeah, I mean, at least Tyler Bass looks locked in. When's his bye? Oh, have you ever drafted like 3 quarterbacks on the same bye? You didn't realize it. That's the worst too.
That is
I've never done that. I've always perfectly correlated my rosters. Never had bye week errors. I've actually never made a mistake while drafting, except when I passed on Derrick Henry. That was the first time I made a mistake.
That was our first mistake. So Tyler Bass won the job according to our comments.
Yeah, the chat is lit for Bass. I've never seen so much.
Mm-hmm.
They were psyched when we took him when we didn't know who he was.
They cut Hauschka. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I mean, they drafted him, man. Tyler Bass he's good to go. He's good to go.
You want it? This is who we're drafting?
Yep.
That's his highlight reel.
Producer, roll the Bass highlight clip.
Oh, yo.
That's pretty good.
He missed 8 field goals as a senior.
Dude,
Georgia Southern.
small sample size. That feels really noisy.
All right. He was good on extra points, 114 of 116.
All right.
How many defenses are off the board here?
Pat, we got to start with the beast at kicker, and then we can focus on that.
All right. Sorry, I thought we had Bass locked up.
I mean, there's no guarantees in this world, man.
Guys, I'd just like to apologize again for this not being a slim. You didn't sign up for Tyler Bass tonight.
Silva would be in his second REM cycle by now if this was a slim. Bass goes.
You just got sniped on Tyler Bass.
We got sniped on Bass.
These trolls.
Are you drafting Gano?
Is Gano the guy? Is he?
Silva said Gano.
He's in a camp battle with Catanzaro.
What about Brandon McManus or Jason Sanders?
Well, McManus, he should be safe, right? I mean, they extended him.
Okay, this is what I love.
Guys, what kickers?
What's his buy?
McManus is gone.
Gone.
Of course he is. He went like 4 rounds ago.
The chat. Someone's saying Crosby. They're saying Sly and Crosby in the chat. Someone says Gano.
No.
Jason Sanders is 19th on ETR.
Sanders, Miami. I mean, they're going to be in the red zone just kicking.
Yeah, he's living in the red zone.
What's the buy?
Gano or Sanders? We got to decide.
With two under center, they're going to be explosive.
He appears to be, a starter.
Gano? That's who we took.
All right. We took Gano.
It's as you said though, Silva. Like Gano is still Gettleman's boy. Like NFL's handshakes. Like he's the one who survives because he's familiar.
I want
Drafting freaking 3 kickers, man. That was like my heart is pumping, man. My blood pressure is up.
we
auto drafted back-to-back kickers.
And then we're
That
good.
looks so good on the board.
We had debate about 3 kickers. Don't worry, there are only 8 rounds left, so it's not like we're in a hurry just yet.
Is T3 still?
Oh
available?
yeah.
I think we might go T3
Oh yeah.
and then hammer some defenses. Although there's already a bunch of defenses off the board. What do we got?
I have
70.
a strong defense take, by the way, if it comes back. I'm going to go to the chat.
All right, go to the chat. I have a defense I like too.
See if it's this one.
Yep, it is that one.
Cool. Good.
I love that
That's
one.
who I've been taking in every single league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
but
an awesome schedule.
We could reserve for the 28th round Catanzaro and just lock up the kicker depth chart with the Giants.
I like that. I mean, in the 28th round, I mean, that's a low probability play.
See, I don't like handcuffs, though. Let's take someone else in a kicker battle for that extra upside.
Oh, yeah. I mean, then we could have 4 kickers.
We could have 4 kickers. We're smashing.
The possibilities are endless.
Guys, I would love LT.
I mean, give it to him, Silva. Like in the history of LT.
I'm just going to say this. I'm going to take off my drafting hat and just put on my producer hat. I might have queued up a highlight reel clip for LT.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have.
I mean, following in the footsteps of NFL greats, Lawrence Taylor and LaDainian Tomlinson, is Logan Thomas to cap off our 6-man Washington football team stack.
6-man.
I mean,
There's already 9 defenses off the board. I think we ought to go defense here.
all right. Well, Pat, what's more important, a defense or an NFC East onslaught? Because to me, the answer is pretty clear.
That's true. Has anyone gotten into whether or not it's a good idea to just stack all the teams in the same division?
I mean, shootout city, man.
We actually might need a defense here, even though LT.
No, we definitely need a defense. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, LT is the third coming, but we need a defense.
Pulling up my defense tiers here.
All right. These are the defenses.
There's no way you have defense teams.
I swear.
Really?
You actually have them?
I put a lot of time into this. It's like one of the best articles that I've ever written. It's so good. Like when you can feel it. You know, after you just pen an awesome article, like that's what happened with my defense DST tiers.
All right. Now I need you to turn that into actionable information. So tell us who to pick.
I do like Dallas. They just check a lot of boxes. They're going to be able to rush the passer this year. Great camp reports on Alden Smith. DeMarcus Lawrence back. They signed Everson Griffin. They're going to be in shootout situations. They'd be a great pick here.
You might as well be speaking Chinese with all those names you just said. All right. Oh, shit. We're drafting Dallas. Oh, my God. We almost timed out to another kicker.
Yeah, Dallas D. Awesome.
Look at that, baby.
The people in the chat are saying Colts D, and that is a team that stood out to me as having just a sick schedule.
Yeah.
It's a little bit preferable in season-long redrafting, as you can literally just start them weeks 1 through 6, and you get them in the last round. It is schedule based, but I think their defense is going to be like decent this year. They got DeForest Buckner. I think they'll be pretty good, and I think they're going to play with a lot of leads, and teams are going to have to throw the ball against them.
Far and away the easiest schedule based on Vegas win totals.
Hey, Daigle, if you could just shut up for a quick sec. I do need to offer a mea culpa. Chinese isn't a spoken language. Silva was speaking Mandarin to me. I just needed to get that on the record. Thank you, Ray from Hong Kong. All right, now that we're back, I'm uncanceled. I think we got to keep drafting defense, guys.
Colts just went right after us, by the way.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy's a sniper. Tyler Bass, Indy defense.
He's in the chat.
Derrick Henry. I mean, this guy. Yep. Silva, do you want to message him after and see if you can get in on this team?
Shout out for a good team, buddy.
Clearly using ETR defensive tiers.
I mean, he took T.Y. Hilton. He took Chase Edmonds.
Look, I get that we need a defense, but the thought of passing on LT3 again is starting to rip me apart, fellas.
No, there's a lot of light blue off the board, man.
We got to get that light blue, man.
Yeah. Are we taking 2 defenses or 3?
3.
Two. Oh, I'd usually just do 2.
3 is
I think
optimal.
at 28, you got to go 3.
Oh, is 3 optimal? Okay.
3 is optimal, but I have seen the win rates. If you take LT3, you only need to take 2. Silva, I need you back in.
We're
On
running out of defenses though, with like any steam at all.
You got to get that defense.
Ooh, this is bad. Actually, I like Arizona. They've got like a big time talent at all 3 levels. Chandler Jones, now Isaiah Simmons, Patrick Peterson, Budda Baker. They just made the highest paid safety in the league. Cardinals are a good one. I like the Browns a little bit too.
Elite talent on Cleveland plus good post hype.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should have been very good last year. But I'm all for Arizona as well. Make sure we don't overlap bye weeks here too.
Yeah. No, I love. I mean, with Stefanski coming in, I mean, he just really brings like a hard nose. They do go off the board, so I guess I shouldn't finish kind of my thought about what Stefanski brings.
And they just got sniped. Yeah.
Arizona defense.
Yeah, let's go that.
And
Now you are on the clock.
Did he win, dude?
Oh,
This
shit, dude.
he's definitely in the chat. He's definitely listening.
Silva, this is your list.
It's not even nice. Like, we're trying to have fun here.
We're trying to have fun, and I'm not fucking having fun right now.
I mean, Washington's front 7 gives us pass rush.
But we have their whole offense. Is that
That's true. Yeah, we have 6
teams minus CP?
He scored 40 in the first
Although
week.
it could be shootouts, man. We could be in shootouts.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Silva, pick your poison of these.
Houston.
These are awful.
This is really
Houston,
bad.
last I checked,
I actually think Washington maybe is the play because we play for shootouts because we got Haskins.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah.
Did you take Houston already?
I did take Houston. I mean, to me, it's just
It probably comes back because it's fucking Washington.
Washington does have a very talented front 7, but they are not going to be in position to score fantasy points. I mean, it's not. But they do have a talented front 7. That's the way that you justify Washington.
Well, in this case, we would be drafting them.
Bets pay off.
Yeah, in this case, we'd be drafting them just for the shootout potential and getting more plays, more volume.
I got to go pee again. You guys talk out this kind of big next decision, which I think is the Detroit Lions D versus LT3.
I mean, that's not an option, right? Blair Andrews, first of all, says adding Washington D to the stack is a higher win rate than a tight end. The thing is, we would have added their tight end as well, is the thing. So do you have, by the way, people can send in questions now in the chat if you want me to ask Silva. Do you have a strong take on Logan Thomas? Like, why do you like him? Because I like him as well.
Opportunity. He's a big-time athlete, but mostly just opportunity. I mean, there's very, very little behind, McLaurin in Washington. And, I mean, we're talking ourselves into Steven Sims here. We're talking ourselves into Antonio Gibson, who had 77 offensive touches in his entire college career. So it's an opportunity thing. And it helps that he's a good athlete, very much so. And
he oddly shines like Darren Waller did in training camp every single day. As Pat knows, because Pat is the biggest grinder among all of us. Every time you look at the Athletic, Logan Thomas is.
You said that in the presence of the Deposit King?
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? No one has seen more leads on the Athletic than me. No one. Oh my! Look, I'm just gonna be honest. When I see Jimmy Graham go off the board, to me that signals LT3 time. That's just me.
We probably do need a third tight end.
We definitely do. Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, let's get LT3 fits with the stack, and then maybe by some miracle, a third defense comes back.
How have we not gotten sniped yet on LT3? By the way,
people are just asleep at the wheel, man.
Maybe they don't know who LT3 is until we put it in the queue and they see it, and then we're screwed.
That's pretty realistic. The big sniper's on the other side of the board, though, so I'm not as worried.
Sure.
Now you are on the clock.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
LT3 producer Roll that highlight clip from his junior year. Let's go.
Turn the sound on, dude.
But junior year high school.
Yes.
This is high school.
This is big.
This is his high school team.
Let's fucking go.
I can't even see where he. Oh, there he is.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Was that Derek Carr underthrowing him in high school?
Big game. Big game. Got to be a touchdown coming here.
This is not even a good highlight reel.
Oh, sorry. This was Logan Paulsen.
Oh! No.
Oh my God.
What is happening?
Well, it wasn't a good highlight reel, so maybe
It was not. It was awful.
it was a really bad highlight reel.
Oh my God.
I thought-
Silva's red. I'm crying.
I'm hyped. Fucking hype. Is Logan Paulsen in the draft applet?
That's like John Paulson's like little brother.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. Producer needs to work on his hype reel setup.
we need to get some work.
Okay.
Well, we got Logan. We got LT3. That's what matters, not LP1.
You're right. That's a producer. That's a shot on a school night.
Oh, that dude Logan Paulsen was like a blocking tight end in the league for years.
Now we know why.
We
Yeah. We that's what you do. Immediately regretting the pick.
Oh man.
were all trying to talk ourselves into it, and they were like, "This guy sucks."
Oh,
Oh,
right.
My God.
Logan Paulsen. That was fantastic. That was fantastic.
oh my goodness.
He was barely beating a 5-6 corner on the boundary.
Still,
Okay,
defenses left here, guys.
we have to get one. I mean, we have to. We have 3 tight ends already.
To me, I mean, one of the best articles I've ever written is my bottom 4 defensive rankings for 2020. And to me, it's clear Carolina is the best option. I mean, I know they lose their best player to retirement, but to me, it's kind of a Patrick Ewing situation. You know, a little Ewing theory, a little addition by subtraction.
I would go Cincinnati, but you made a good point. And Cincinnati
we
just
have
got
to take
taken.
Atlanta. We have to take Atlanta.
Atlanta's a good pick, right?
Yeah, I mean, and we know they'll be in shootouts. So
Yeah.
Oh my God.
To
And
me,
then I think Carolina, because there's just no way that the Raiders are in shootouts.
I'll just say it right now
You are up next.
to all best ball 28 round drafters. If you're letting the Falcons slip to round 24, your process is wrong.
Don't get me started on Logan Paulsen.
God, I wish.
You are on the
Oh, he fucking took.
Oh,
This fucking sniper,
this
dude.
guy, dude. This guy.
he knows. Yeah,
He's just
clearly.
trying to get you, dude. Silva, he's just trying to snipe you, dude. He wants to snipe you to be his co-owner now. That's
All
the
right,
only
So
way.
we got Carolina and the Raiders left.
It's got to be Carolina, right? I mean,
Carolina.
they're so bad, but at least they're going to be in high volume games.
The Raiders at least have Max Crosby.
So one thing I
Probably
will
trade
say
him.
is I do have a tier break between California, Carolina, and Las Vegas. That said, to me, you just got to get your guys, and Carolina's been my guy.
Take them.
All right. Play the clip, Pete.
Someone actually just put a Logan Thomas clip in the chat. By
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
so someone,
We have the best, man. The
Okay,
best comment.
this doesn't work. Send it to me on Twitter. Is it at me on Twitter so I can pull it up? I can't copy this URL from this.
the way. Oh my god!
Guys, we are crushing this draft. I mean, this is why you take a detour for LT3 because you know the Carolina defense is going to fall.
How many running backs do we have? I feel like we're still very thin there.
I mean, how can you be thin when you get J.K. Dobbins in the field?
What do we have? 4?
4 and the mentor.
The mentor,
And the mentor.
too.
And he
Calm
counts
down.
for 2. He counts for 2.
Oh my god!
I mean, we had a dance party. We had the mentor join us. We had 3 kickers, 2 of which got auto drafted, not by our choice. We have low LP1 highlight reel. We've had a lot here.
Logan Thomas, dude, just absolutely taking it to that.
What the?
That's Andre Ellington, isn't it?
Wait,
Yes.
Logan Thomas is the quarterback.
That's Andre
Ellington.
That's Andre Ellington.
Dude, Mike, you told me that you're sending me a tight end highlight. I don't need him throwing to Andre Ellington.
My new favorite bit on Twitter is just sending Pete links of highlight videos and telling him
Here's another one.
the Logan Thomas highlight videos.
NFL
Wait.
Free promotion.
How was that URL available?
Free production company promotion.
Is this actually him?
So apparently he's
Quarterback.
more a quarterback than a tight end.
Just show quarterback tape.
I mean, Logan Paulsen was more impressive than this.
What are the odds that Logan Paulsen takes over at quarterback for the Washington football team?
Yo, if he started playing quarterback and we could like use him at tight end,
Dual edge eligibility?
Oh.
Bro. If you're not thinking about the late season dual eligibility for Logan T3, your process is wrong.
yeah.
How many more picks? Are we missing a pick right now? Watching?
Probably. But I mean, this is hypnotizing.
Sure, it's worth it.
Let me get my bass fish off.
Tyler Bassfish still there.
I mean, we really starved the beast at defense. Let's see who got left out in the cold. Look at team 4, Big Nuts. How are your nuts now with only 2 defenses, brother? Team 1, yeah, you started out with 4 running backs, but how you feeling with 2 defense? These are process mistakes by these guys.
What running
Yo,
back?
hey, tight end is a position filled with late career breakouts like Logan Thomas. He fits the profile.
Oh, that's what I need to hear right now. Does Dan Arnold fit the profile?
Oh, buddy.
Don't do this.
Dan Arnold fits the profile.
All
Don't
right.
do that.
So the chat, we now have to be concerned. I never thought that we would be in the 25th round of a draft and have to be worried about snipers. But these 2 guys on either side of us are worrying me.
Yep.
But I think we're in the running back range. Look at the last time we saw Green.
I think we're fine. We're fine with 3 tight ends. We don't need any more or
Yeah,
quarterback.
we don't need any more tight end.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, when you draft LT3, you shut it down. You shut it down. It's over. Silva, someone's talking about Sternberger versus Tanyan. Are you buying the Tanyan stuff?
A little bit.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I mean, Sternberger's never really established anything.
Mm-mm. Hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Average over 17 yards per reception at A&M in his final year, and just hasn't hit. I mean, he's pretty athletic too. Ugh, it's been rough for him.
All right. There's 2 hot names. I see 2 hot names.
You are up next.
We need RBs, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, someone big nuts just took Lynn Bowden. Come on.
I see a very, very hot name.
I know, and I don't even want to go to it right now because I don't trust DeGiants.
I wouldn't go to it.
I'm not going to it. DeGiants, we're taking Darren Fells. That's who we're taking. You should.
We're not taking Dan.
All right.
Whoa! We have to take running backs, right?
Yeah, no. I'm throwing him off the loop. To me,
We're taking Bryce Love.
smash.
Oh, you're throwing him off the loop. Okay.
We already have Gibson, but arguably this isn't like a handcuff because this probably is going to be some kind of committee.
I mean, there is a chance Bryce Love is cut as long as we're aware of that.
I don't. I mean, what, you would rather take Barber?
Who else would you like?
Why are those the 2 options?
Yeah.
Barber and
Who
Bryce
else?
Love.
Who else do you want?
I'm looking.
Frank Gore? Do we want to get the Jet starter?
Oh my God. Do you guys want to go Darwin? I mean, Justice Hill, Dare. I heard he was running back too on the Bucks.
Do you have a lean on any of these, Silva? I'm fine with Bryce Love.
What about Brian Hill? He's
I think we got to take Bryce Love, actually. Yeah, I think we got to take Bryce Love, and we'll have a decision to make in the next round.
The thing I've been telling my subs is Antonio Gibson and Bryce Love play two different positions. That's what I've been telling them. So I was like, if you want to grab Bryce Love in the 25th round, it's a different position. And they've been really receptive to that.
How many Redskins or Washington football team players do we have now?
Dude.
Approximately 7.
Silva, you're so close to getting canceled if you say that name again, dude. We'll cancel your ass so fast. We have a lot. It's an onslaught. It's a full-on onslaught.
Yeah, Brian Hill's a good name.
Yes. I like Rex. I do like Rex Burkhead still.
I do like Burkhead.
Yeah.
Always.
Still, I mean, Burkhead, that's the original brand play right there.
Yep.
We got to do it. Well,
Hey, he's got 2 weeks every year where, he's the DFS chalk.
It's true.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
we can't talk about it though. We got to keep these.
Oh,
secret.
Burkhead goes one pick after.
It's the sniper.
We legit can't talk about players at this point.
I think he took Burkhead before he even said his name.
Probably.
This is the thing about these drafts. In round 17, I was like, I can't go more than 2 more rounds. And now I'll go fucking 40 rounds. I don't fucking care.
I know exactly what you mean, dude. I'm hyped on these picks.
Bryce Love in the 25th is thievery. If you are not taking Bryce Love before the 25th, your process is wrong.
Who's even after? Okay. There's this guy too. I'm copping it in.
Lizard says, I checked out to watch the entire second half. He said, okay, see it. We're still not done.
What about this for a format? Everyone gets auto drafted through the first 20 rounds, and then you have to draft your last 8.
I like the other way better. You draft for 20 and then auto draft the last 8.
Dude, you might not get enough kickers.
Oh my goodness.
Freeman actually wasn't a bad pick there. I mean, that was a pretty good pick. 26th round. He's going to get signed. At some point.
There's buzz with him going to the Bucks. He's probably going to be a starter.
Whenever I hear you or Adam talk about a guy like Freeman, I say to myself, I know you guys are fucking getting texts from Schefter. I was like, I know you got some fucking inside information over there. Where's he going, Silva? Where's Freeman going? I know, you motherfucker.
I do not know. I think he waits until after week 1, though, because then his full salary won't be guaranteed. But I think he goes somewhere.
What top 3 betting market most likely landing spots? What do you got?
I don't know. What were the teams that were connected to Fournette?
Well, Bears seem like they need it bad, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bills and Patriots were 2 of the hottest names, and the rest we were all just kind of speculating on.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, how much would you pay right now, just a cash amount, to have Leonard Fournette go anywhere but the Bucks? You write a check and it's all done. It's all gone.
No money. There's still a ton of drafts I get to get in, dude. If this was the day before the season, maybe. Do you know how many drafts I'm going to be? Dude, I'm going to be drafting so much until the season starts.
You wouldn't bet.
You are on the
I can't even do
I
it.
want to fade the shit. I've been fading the shit out of Fournette all offseason, and now I get to do it. And
we're on the clock.
making a bet on Ronald Jones.
CPAT was a good pick, man. That's a good pick.
I mean, what? I'm
I'm
just
just running back eligibility, though.
I'm just going to the queue here. Brian Hill.
Trubisky starting week 1, Cart. Trubisky starting week 1.
I think
Trubisky
Brian Hill. I
starting.
don't think P. Ryan's in the mix. He's not had a good camp.
I would take Brian Hill over Darwin.
Me too.
All right, Brian Hill, yeah.
He's the clear-cut number 2 in camp.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Royce Freeman get traded somewhere and
Travion Williams might be the RB2 in Cincy.
Yeah.
My only thing is he would come back to us minus getting sniped.
Well, I believe that one.
I don't want to get timed out. I mean, it'd probably just
Let's do Hill.
at the top of the queue.
Hill.
Okay.
You motherfucker.
Are we sure?
Let's go Brian Hill, buddy.
Yes, for sure on Brian Hill.
All right.
Don't let it time out. Thank you.
I do need to turn off auto draft. Wow. We almost drafted Laird there. Why are you guys laughing? I just want you guys to remember. Thank you. He's going to catch some balls this year, fellas.
Daigle's your guy still available? The guy you private chatted?
I believe so. I don't think we missed him going.
Okay,
I
yeah.
like that one. That's a good one.
He's not going in a 40-round draft, so we should be able to get him. All right. Someone has logged in to ask Silva a question. Thoughts on Chase Claypool?
I mean, he's had a good camp. I thought he reminded me. People were like saying he's a tight end. I mean, turn on watch some Notre Dame and he's winning on the outside. And he reminded me of Vincent Jackson. He was drafted at almost the same spot that Vincent Jackson was for what it's worth. And apparently he's had a good camp. I still don't think that he opens the season ahead of James Washington though. But Washington missed time. He was on the COVID list. I don't know. I still think that but I don't think that Ben likes James Washington. I mean, Ben has never really liked James Washington.
I think it helped out a lot that the Randy Fichtner came out and said that Claypool is not playing tight end. They're putting him on the boundary. And Washington missing so much time on COVID list gave Claypool a chance to shine, in which he did. So,
Did you guys consider at all drafting from the same computer and just being side by side? How did the sausage get made there?
We've disagreed a lot, buddy. We agree on the mentor. I mean, I know that much.
No. You're misunderstanding my question. I mean, physically, did you guys talk about being in front of the same computer and the same webcam?
No.
No.
That's not even cool, Pete, to ask that.
Why? You guys are fucking 10 feet away from each other.
I'm upstairs.
Dude, Pete, quit being a dick, dude.
How would that be a thing? I just think it'd be fun to have you guys right side by side.
Yeah.
Would you guys
That
do
wouldn't
it?
be cool, man. That would not be cool, man.
Would you guys do it for one pick? Daigle, will you go do one pick from Silva?
No.
We got 2 rounds. We got 2 rounds left.
Stop talking about it.
Come on, we need clips.
About it.
We got 2 rounds left.
Will one of you guys go do a pick with each other?
He's not walking upstairs, first of all. So.
Daigle, go down there. I don't believe you guys
What
are
was
in
that? Stop.
Okay, hold on. There's still 2 rounds left. It is getting kind of hot up here slowly, but let's just wait. Let's wait it out.
Do it.
Wait it out.
Everyone wants it.
There's 2 rounds left, okay?
No.
Let's calm down.
Not happening.
Daigle, I'll PayPal you $100 if you go downstairs and put guns. I'm no questions asked. The second it's over, I give you $100.
We got 2 picks left.
We need way more than that. Way more than that.
Oh,
All right, well, you got 100 from me then.
Eagles right now.
He just doubled your equity. I already have Daigle's Venmo because I had to give him money to get my keys back.
Yeah, because I somehow went home with your keys, and we still don't understand how.
I still don't know how that happened. Daigle, do you remember that we have a side bet?
No, what's this? No, what's this?
Yeah, I found a video on my phone, dude. We have a side bet.
Is this real?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it bad?
Andy Isabella versus Antonio Brown.
Do I have Isabella or Brown?
You have Brown.
If you guys don't say anything,
and it's the top. I think it's their top 3 weeks this year.
Oh, that's actually a good bet. Okay. Well, we need Brown on the team for 3 games.
We need Brown on a team. Yeah.
I think we get 1 game. We need 3 games though.
Because Isabella gets all 16 weeks, so it's like best ball scoring for those 2 players.
What did Pete just take that off for a second?
no, I'm just if you guys decide who you want to pick.
Oh shit! Are we on the clock?
Yeah.
You have to
He
pick.
wants Laird, dude. All right. If we don't decide on something, he's getting Laird.
That's why he's doing this.
Yeah.
He's sabotaging the draft for Laird.
This is a hostage situation. Either Daigle runs downstairs and does bunny ears on Silva.
No.
All right, Daigle, you decide. It's this or Laird, dude.
It doesn't sound like I really even have. I mean, it sounds like Patrick Laird is unfortunately getting drafted.
Yo, but Pete, Lamar Miller's at the top of the queue right now.
It's a $35.
You have 15 seconds.
No, we're not doing it. Stay up there, Daigle. Do not come down here.
Pete, you just blew up this beautiful team.
Are you kidding me? Dude's going to catch fucking 80 balls this year.
You have more exposure to Brady than anyone I know.
80 balls.
Breed is the most fragile running back in the NFL.
Boom. God damn it, dude.
Patrick Laird.
Could have waited to the 28th.
This is what we're going to do. I'll get you guys a Patrick Laird hype video.
Oh, God damn it. Turn off auto draft first, please.
Is it the video of you eating chocolate cake because you thought you were talking to Patrick Laird that evening and it turned out to be someone who faked his account?
No, I'm gonna show you guys a few videos. You guys want to see a little Patrick Laird jump cut right here?
Do we want to, or do we have a choice?
No, you don't.
We don't have a choice.
You could have done bunny ears. Look at this jump cut. Boom. Oh, it did buffer right there.
I love that it buffered as he did the jump cut. It's in real time.
Oh God.
Okay. I am for real going to the bathroom. I'm not kidding. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm not kidding.
All right, I had another.
Daigle, you could be a hero right now.
I did have a video of him just truck sticking someone.
Silva, are you nervous Daigle's coming down?
I told him not to, so I never laughed so much.
This is a comedy drafting podcast. So.
Yeah, this is
Okay. The floor. The bodies hit the floor. But the bodies hit the floor.
This is Pete. Come on, man.
What?
My daughter is still awake.
I'm just getting a drink. That's all I'm doing.
Don't come over here, man.
Oh, Daigle's in the room, dude. Daigle's in the room. Daigle's in the room, dude. I heard him on Evan's mic. I heard him on Evan's mic, dude.
Daigle, do it.
Daigle, come on.
Daigle, do it.
Not doing
I need
it.
to say
Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
I swear, I'm just hanging out. I want to watch the stream. Look how these guys look like they know what they're doing. I know that person in the middle.
Daigle.
He has defensive cues for the bottom four defenses.
Daigle, get up with the bunny ears.
What are bunny ears? Why is he saying like, well, what the hell are even bunny ears? I don't even know what they are.
Get out of here, man.
I just don't understand. Hey, for real, we need to make a pick, guys. I need everyone to pay attention.
You go upstairs. We can make the pick like we were before.
We need to talk seriously here and make a pick. Because we only have 3 players until our pick.
You better make sure you get your $200, man.
It'd be going to
It was 100.
I hope we get it too.
It's 100, and you better pay half of that to Silva for rent money.
Who's on the board? Is Travion Williams on the board?
Yes.
We agree in the Silva household.
Oh, yo, what about JaMychal Hasty?
That's not bad.
He's actually like athletic and they like him. He's probably a practice squad guy to start.
Is he giving serious analysis right now? Like, people care about that right now?
Mr. Irrelevant, who's it going to be, fellas? Silva, this is you.
Montgomery. Well, let's take Montgomery. I mean, Alvin Kamara had the epidural. Everyone freaked out.
That's a good call. It's a good call.
We did it.
All right, that's it. I gotta go. I'm gonna beat this guy's ass, man. No, seriously, this was hilarious. Thanks so much for having me on. I gotta go make sure my daughter's in bed.
You guys are the best. Check out ETR. Silva's crushing it. Daigle's a couch surfer. Thank you, Evan. This was a blast.
All right, later, guys.
All right. Peace out, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Ship Chasing. We will see you next week.